Everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Blood and Sand. Where we last left our band of miscreants, they were venturing toward and planning for quite some time their travels to Distone after aiding a lot in recovery and repairing of the town, which was very badly needed, however, they weren't able to finish it. They were able to do a lot, but not too much. A lot of food was provided, heavy things were carried, things were forged, fabricate spells were used, and the party set out through Duskhaven Swamp towards Distoon. As they were traveling, they found themselves in with the oddity as Alistair had traveled.
Oh, you've cut out a bit there.
And we lost us.
Oh dear, technical difficulties.
There we go. There we go. For some reason, it keeps deciding.
Oh, it just decided to do it again, apparently.
Do we need to change VoIP systems?
Change your push to talk.
Okay, I'm going to use this button for a while. See if that fixes anything.
Okay.
I was using F7. Alright, so the party was preparing to head out towards the stew.
It's gone again.
Are we going to have to switch to Skype for this one?
Maybe. Try voice detect.
Right.
Okay,
How does that?
Seems to be
Seems
working.
okay?
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Thank God. Alright, so we'll try this for a second. The party were venturing out to the Badlands. Alistair Dartwood had gone hunting, gone for game, gazelle and such. As he did, he found that several parts of the area seemed corrupted or otherwise malformed. Curious as to why this was occurring, he collected samples of it, informed the party, and they continued on their task to head out, plotting how they'd be able to get into the stone without causing much of a ruckus, having very quickly and noisily left the last time they chose to after a very stealthy approach, getting to the gates and breaking through and just going. From there, they moved and found themselves in what looked like as the sands and ever-changing landscape of the savannah, and more of like a Badlands kind of a way as well. Some even going further south is more deserty. Found themselves near the remains of a large, what was served as a large remains of mostly of a red dragon. Choosing this as their resting place, Alistair, Dartwood, and Shimmer decided to have a discussion. Alistair questioning some things about his past, and as this discussion was occurring, they were beset upon by a horde of gnolls from all sides. The party managed to defeat them, eventually piling over and standing atop the piles of the remains. And at the climax of that, where Alistair finished the last hunters that were distance away, closer to 150 feet, 200 feet away, managed to drop them with arrow shots. And that's where we left last night's session. So, it is still the middle of the night. Darkness is still looming over the area. You're now all bloodied, battered, heavy breathing. And the air is a lot colder, as of course it is nighttime. There is no cloud line. It's a lot chillier in the Badlands, and your breath is evident in front of your faces as blood is dripping down your hands, and your weapons are mostly caked in blood. Shimmer, you are an entire mess in and of yourself, snarling down at anything that looks still twitching, whilst you were surrounded by charred remains. Buckley, you've shattered and cascaded dozens upon dozens of bones apart. And Alistair, you stand scanning the entire perimeter for as far as your dark vision will take you, as you're able to see the shadows and silhouettes of the figures that were running away. Alistair, I would like you to give me a perception check.
First roll of the night.
And you didn't fuck it.
Hey.
Didn't fuck it up.
Okay. So used to having to push to talk. So, as you are peering out into the night, you're trying to see if there's anything else you can still see. And to the northern side, you're not quite sure what you're seeing. You're seeing a humanoid figure. Some sort of like larger head. You can't really say a large person or a large head, but see where the shoulders are to the head seems quite wide. And it's something that looks like it's hiding in the like low underbrush of savannah itself. And as your eyes peer out in that direction, the silhouette just disappears into the furrow and is gone.
I'm going to turn around to the rest of the party then and say, we may not be finished just yet.
Should we move, or...?
I don't know. I'm kind of beat up. I could do with a good sleep. I'm thinking maybe, though, considering how the savannah's been affected, maybe we should try and burn the bodies, set up some sort of pyre in the middle as like a warning.
Maybe. I mean, this place is more blood than sand at the moment. So I imagine a lot of creatures could probably smell us. Thank you, Naren.
At present, there is a very... The stench of death is prevalent. The smell of iron, the smell of burnt fur and hair and sinew and bone is very disturbing, as it's already quite prevalent, the smell of burning, thanks to the efforts of Shimmer and Buckley.
Okay. Well, how about this then?
I grab a broom off stage.
How about if Buckley and Grunt, if you want to start piling bodies up just in a pile somewhere, Shimmer, if you want to set fire to any sort of stragglers that are like too destroyed to be moved, shall we say, and some of the bones, me and Del will start cutting off some heads and maybe sticking them on spikes as a warning. See if we can ward things off from this area.
I'll start flying around and basically grabbing the bodies and putting it by the dragon body.
Ragdoll physics, go.
Even though the bodies aren't here, there's basically a huge mound here already at the end of it, because we were all very clustered up at the end.
Yeah,
they all got moved, but that's what I reckon we should do for about an hour or so, just to move some shit.
I'm fucking flying this stuff over. Just...
Yeah, I suppose we'll start doing that.
I just picture like Grunt piling a couple of bodies in between the legs of some of those big gnolls over there, and then just grabbing both the legs and pulling it like a giant broom. On it. Set up a pyre, and then we'll just me and Del, because we can use Del's flaming swords to sort of cut and cauterize the wounds and stick them in the ground around the perimeter. Maybe now we can get some shit eye.
Maybe.
As you prepare your...
I think we're going to move the cart away from the big burning pyre.
Yeah.
Add it to the flame, it's fine. Made it.
Oh, well, there goes our head. Looks like we're tracking to Vegas.
Grant looks on in joy at the pyre of burning bodies. This is the most barbarian thing she's done in a long time.
Yeah, I thought
it is the most savage and brutal thing that you've done in a while, and you just can't help but have a very wicked grin on your face, especially after a very intense, long battle.
Got a rage boner.
If you start eating them, I'm going back to sleep.
I wouldn't eat those, Grump.
She shakes her head. She wasn't going to.
Okay, that's good. Oh, that's where you draw the line. That's where you draw the line in the sand.
In the blood.
Shut up! In the blood and sand.
So, once I'm done setting things afire, I'm gonna poke Buckley. I'm like, yeah, can you do something about this, please?
About...
I don't feel like falling over and dying, please.
You look over at him and he is caked in blood. And you look at it for a second and go, oh wait, he's not a warrior. That's probably mostly his.
Wow, Shimmer, when did you become a red dragonborn?
Yeah, I just turned to go, Ixnay on the Ed Dragon Ornbay.
What? Why? What's the matter?
What are you talking Pig Latin for?
It's Elvish.
What's Pig Latin? What's Latin?
What are you talking Pig Celestial for?
Actually, wouldn't that be
okay.
more draconic anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving
Oh no,
on.
just go. Yeah, you're okay, buddy. You're okay. At a 5th level.
Wow.
You just like give him the shoulder tap, 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 boom. As he feels this is fine, energy just wrapped through him. Oh, feeling.
But yes, Grunt isn't traditionally in the habit of eating undead things, or things that have heavily piled up with undead things.
Noted. Will be useful for later.
But
That's
vomit.
basically
We're
going to be
okay-
our keyword.
We're okay with
Don't
vomit.
eat that, Grunt! It's diet!
Hey, Buckley?
Yes.
Or Nerwin? That's literally a 10th of my health.
Cool.
And
I
if
don't
you say she
care.
only eats her own vomit,
19
She's not-
plus 7 is 10th of your HP.
Wow, tanky sorcerer.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
not
I'm not
10.
only-
HP.
Thought
No,
I was
no,
only 7
he-
hit points.
Yeah, he thought
No,
it was
no.
a 7. It's not
Ah.
that. It's
was
only
gonna
a
say, I was
third
like-
of his. It's only like a third of his health. Don't worry.
Oh.
The sorcerer rolls a fucking d6. How high did you roll, man?
Yeah.
I've
It's
been
Shiver.
taking the base, and I have a +3 Constitution. So I have 73 hit points right now.
I'm waiting for you to take tough and just go lol.
I have more hit points than you have arrows, but we don't count how many arrows I've got. I know. Good God, man.
also fair to say that I've picked up health.
Yeah, basically, as we're just kind of sweeping bodies up, it's like, oh, hey, anybody's toothpick?
So
Okay,
I'm
gonna go sleep in the
going to
car.
go have a nap.
Yeah, it's sleep time for us. I think we caught the brunt of that one.
Yeah.
Guess I'm taking the last watch then.
You don't sleep.
Shut up, still gotta rest.
So that was 26 hit points?
33.
33?
You had 7 left, did you not?
Oh, I hadn't done the math for myself yet,
He's
and I had
beaten
6 left.
Is there anything in my inventory that can be of help at the moment that I could use?
Aside from
just
from a health potion, you mean?
Shut up. I'm going
I mean,
to...
we're going to sleep, so.
I know we're going to sleep, I just don't want to get jumped again, so I'm just going to put... I've got 5 bear traps on me, I'm just going to set them up temporarily. One here, and then like one sort of next to the cart in case something comes right at us, just in case. I'll pick them up in the morning, but... just in case.
Grunt will sleep
Oof.
next to Dell.
Okay, Grunt just like piles right next to where
mean-
Delmara is resting, and like you're on watch, and as you're on watch, you just hear a thud next to you as a very large equivalent of a rug is just piled next to you.
I was gonna stand on the rock, but okay.
If you can stand the rock, she'll still sleep next to you.
I mean, it's
I am the rock.
it's a very small rock.
She'll
It
sleep
will
next
be
to
when
the
I
rock.
finish with it.
Okay.
Grunt is like a dog who can't get up there; it's just curled at the bottom.
I just fly back to my original rock.
You fly back to your roost, kick off the few bones that are left there, and motherfucker.
I grab one, go, fuck you, throw it into the fire. Ooh!
Begone, evil spawn of Satan!
Who's Satan? Mr. Satan?
Yeah, no, he was my teacher at the monk school.
Got a voice like this!
Don't tempt me. Cause you know I can do a voice like that!
Oh my god.
Yeah, he wanted me to marry his daughter or something, you know.
Yosemite
Real
Satan.
weird.
Alright. Can we have a long rest, please? I only just got these hit points back and I've already used them.
Okay, so you all find yourselves back to rest. Delmara, you stay on watch. Give me another perception check as your night goes.
Roll high or I die. Thank God you have a plus 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's that yes mean, Daz? Fuck you. Yeah.
Delmar, you keep an eye out, and you're just looking all around, and you notice as well. Alistair was keeping a very tentative eye on like something in the north for a few minutes earlier after the chaos had subsided, and every now and again you just glance around that way and around all sides of you, and you see something probably about 150 feet off of you, like say nearer to one of the rock sides, we'll say, from where you guys are right now. Probably closer to one of the pillars. Over there, you do see some sort of very burly humanoid just like peering across past the walk. You see what looks like a sign of a horn, and just like a broken tip to the horn on the head that just curls away and just darts up. You spotted it.
I assume there's got to be like a loose rock or a loose stone near me.
Yes.
Okay, I just grab it and I drop it down so it lands next to Grunt in an attempt to wake her up.
She appears behind you. Oh, no, Nima's DC'd. Apparently.
Yeah, I DC'd for a second, so what's happening?
I've seen something moving in the north. I've dropped a little rock next to you so that you wake up.
Probably nothing. But from your experience, if you make even the slightest noise...
I roll my eyes and go, Grunt!
I wake up immediately and start climbing up the thing.
No, shh! Something...
Quietly.
There was something... There is not enough room on this rock!
She just hangs off the edge, because she can do that.
You gorilla, you Hong Kong, like King Kong, your way up there.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
The way Hong Kong holds on the side of China.
Actually, she just goes up to the top and picks Dell up, slings her over her shoulder, sits down, and then rests Dell in her lap.
I'm not happy with this.
It's literally like if you've seen a kid fall into the gorilla pen in a zoo.
Really
it is that.
So we kill the gorilla.
God damn it.
Good luck. Good luck. It'll take you about 5 minutes.
He's not raging. Quick, jumping.
Grunt, just be aware. I saw movement in the north. I don't know what it is, but it's watching us.
She looks around to see where you're indicating. Do I roll a perception, or...?
Sure.
Wow.
Mama mode activated.
Eagle eyes.
Yeah, you just kind of... You do what Dell wasn't, because she's an angsty teen. She was like sat down looking around. You just stand up, which gives you another 8 foot to just peer across the horizon.
Just holding you in her arms. It's like...
Like a big baby.
What's threatening my baby?
I'm just picturing the picture that someone drew of Vax and Grog, of Grog basically with his arm like a bird of prey and just Vax perched on it.
Yep.
That's what's happening.
Hey, basically, after a while, that's what you do because you find it degrading to be held like a child with a doll, is how Grunt was originally holding you. So now it's eagle-eyed, and Grunt, you do see a shadowed figure moving away toward the north side of you, just like a burly, slightly hunching forward creature.
He just sort of glares at it like, go away. Bad thing. It's scaring the kid.
It's already moving.
Did you say it had horns?
You saw that it had horns, yes. But in the distance, it just looks like it has like this... Can't really see the detail because it is still night, and you're only like seeing the shadowed figure. You could see the horns because you saw over the pyre, because you have a good 20, 30 feet on the pyre. The pyre is about like 10 foot. You've got another 10 foot again, 10, 15 foot. So you're able to see because it's basically brightened up the area around all of you and given it warmth. That's a lot of bodies to burn, of course, it's going to do that. So you do see the... You did see that it was horns, like say almost like kind of like a ram's horns with like say one side of it was a bit chipped, like you're only seeing half of it, and when it moved away, it just looked like it had a larger like silhouette.
Oh, there goes my theory then. I don't know. I guess we'll I'll keep watching for it over the night, really. I don't want to engage it just yet, unless it gets closer.
Okay, and as you guys keep watch for the rest of the night, nothing. Grunt, you do eventually fall back to sleep.
Yeah,
Delmar,
Grunt falls asleep.
you don't realize that she's fallen asleep as you're still in that bird position, and she's just like falling asleep like this.
Yep.
Just. Night passes, morning rises again as the bodies smolder very much in a Urkai from Riders of Rohan in Lord of the Rings 2 style.
Mm-hmm.
The smell is disgusting. It's humanoids that are twisted and corrupt and also just reek normally being burnt. It's not the nicest sounding thing ever.
Okay, I'm about ready to leave. I'll also pick up a stone and I throw it at Alistair.
Make an attack roll.
With what?
You are not proficient with rock.
I'm not proficient with rocks.
D20 in your dex. You're not an assassin, so this won't be an automatic crit.
I'm on a 1. I hit Shimmer by mistake.
Have I had a long rest?
Not
No,
the time for a fireball.
Your mic's cut out again.
Ah.
Yeah.
There?
Yeah. Maybe it's an issue with
Okay.
your mic.
Yeah, I hope not, because it's a fucking new enough mic, and I've not actually damaged it. Anyway. You were trying to throw the rock, and you tried to pick one up, but you picked something up that was too big, so it was more like a cement brick kind of size, so you just went, nah! And it just fell down the side.
Glad
And your arms just go limp as you look down at it, as Grunt looks over at you.
To see that.
Grunt pretends to be asleep.
I just sit.
Delmar, you just very slightly move a little bit as you notice that Grunt trying to pretend to be asleep is just giggling.
I just fold my arms grumpily.
Apparently, I got fucking overtime.
Okay. Alright. Time to go. And get
Excellent.
breakfast.
Sounds like a
Put
good
Grunt
idea.
put Grunt where she belongs at the front of the cart.
So do we get a hit point back, or is it just a short rest?
Hit points back. It's a long rest, and because you finish your long rest, and those who used hit dice, you get half of them back.
Still full on hit dice. I haven't used them in a while. I think that's probably why I nearly died last time. Okay, breakfast. Savannah. What is out in the savannah that I could use for breakfast?
Make a survival check. You want to go out hunting.
It's a shame this is not my favourite terrain. I don't
You
even.
wanna
I don't
help with
actually have
hunting?
favourite terrain. I don't have favourite terrain anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
Zebra for breakfast, guys.
I still find double though because of Outlander. So if it's crap, we get twice as
Actually,
much crap.
even with Outlander, you're able to just hunt small game naturally.
Yeah.
So
So-
you don't even need to make a check.
Lizards.
Lizards.
Don't feed
You
it
do.
to Shimmer.
Wow, that's so rude.
And Shimmer
Definitely
has
not.
one half hanging out of his
Excuse
mouth.
me, racist.
That is so rude.
I am not a lizard, you
I
racist
know.
thing.
I don't know much about Dragon Balls. I don't see many of them. Is it rude? I mean, I think if someone brought me monkey, I'd be kind of annoyed.
Hey, dragon, not lizard. He doesn't do that tongue thing.
You're only half monkey.
True. What are elves?
Faye.
Pointy.
Yeah, I know the Fae, but like, what is a
Half
Fae?
fairy.
Hey, what is
Who knows?
fairy? I suppose actually. Yeah.
Camp, you're half fairy.
Mm.
Oh,
Maybe-
all
or
these
maybe
lizards
stereotypes are
get
bullshit.
0 snakes.
Elves are so fabulous they don't need to sleep.
So, when you boil it down, our party is basically like a part monkey, a part lizard, another part monkey, a part giant and a part fairy.
I'm gonna set up a very small, like, little kiln.
So we're a party.
I'm pretty sure my ancestors were a mountain. So I'm probably half monkey, half mountain.
Half mountain. Brilliant. I'm gonna set up just a little area that's like made of stone on the cart. I'm just gonna get Shimmer to breathe fire into it, and I'm gonna use some of Nereid's
Please consider the
breastplate.
following.
Why would you do it
Please-
on the cart?
Please consider
That's
the
why I
following.
put the stone down.
Please consider the following. That's a kiln. That's going to take time to make. Kilns are not easy things to make.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean like an actual kiln. Like, I'm just using some stone slabs, and I'm gonna put Nereid's breastplate on the top of it, so I can start cooking some stuff off the metal.
Bullshit,
just
you are.
cook
I'm
on
the
the
chef
bread.
here.
On the
It's
go.
chainmail.
Breakfast on the go. We ain't got time to sit around. Breakfast on the go.
Are you saying that Shimmer
Actually,
has not bought
since
a
we just
frying pan
woke
with him?
up,
One at a time.
sorry.
I don't think I'd have a frying pan.
I just said, do you think Shimmer hasn't bought a frying
Ah.
pan with him?
Oh, Shimmer's the cook. Never mind. I'll leave the cooking to Shimmer. I've seen his cooking. He's actually good.
Shimmer, you prepare in whatever way you deem fit, whatever small game Alistair was able to find into a decent morning breakfast on the go, which
Where
is
did you
probably
get that
just
apron.
you actually just start handing it over to him, and it's either a perfectly white apron.
What did he? Where? I don't even know where he's hiding.
You
Just
have
using
a
his breath
bag.
weapon, just.
So as you guys are on the move, you keep going. You get closer towards where you know is the Newgrove farmsteads, which is further west of you, and it's probably about half a day again from Newgrove. So do you stop or do you keep going?
Do we want to stop and see how they are?
In Newgrove. Actually, that's probably more Buckley's department. This is where he's lived for a while. Do you want to check him?
Yeah.
Well, it's
actually.
more you're actually going past the Newgrove farmsteads first. So do you want to stop at those or?
Was this the place where we fought something outside one of the farmhouses? We didn't we?
You fought the No Fang of Yunath.
Yeah, we
It
fought
was
those.
another knoll. Yeah, it was another. We should check it out then, see if there's any more knolls about. Because that was a lot in the savannah.
That's a fair point.
For all we know, they could be using this as some sort of homestead. I'm hoping it hasn't been completely raided. We just need a pallet swap of that.
What?
No, we don't.
Putting it in the
Anyway.
Discord thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Anyway.
distract.
Anyway, you guys go past the Newgrove farmstead, which is at like a half a day from where you were. So you're a bit apprehensive, thinking, "Oh shit, has it been hit?" As you arrive, like you're more or less passing it. There are in the early morning. There's out people working on because it is a cattle farm. It's got a very wide acre of about probably got about 4 or so acres, and it's got about 20 cows now in it, compared to last time where it had none because they all got killed off. And the farmstead is seeming to do well as you pass.
Sorted.
That's good. Guess we'll keep going then.
Well, hang on. I was just thinking, do we maybe want to slip him a couple of coins and just suggest, sending some produce some way down towards Duskhaven while it's in its early stages?
I
Well,
mean, if you want-
Newgrove already does actually supply for Duskhaven.
Oh, does it? Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind then.
That's why you were originally sent to help it, was because it is the farmstead for.
Fair enough.
But by all means,
Okay.
send the farmers into the knoll-ridden desert.
No, I wasn't thinking like sending them personally, but like they could set up a caravan to send with guards.
I bet
I wasn't
you set up a
expecting them to
caravan
just.
with guards.
I'll set you up in a minute, Buckley.
Oh yeah, you will.
Oh, so I dare say we've made a dent into the null population.
I think it
You
can
never know.
constitute as a culling.
I don't know. Knolls are pretty pack orientated. They're like rats, fucking everywhere. They're really
Skaven?
difficult to get rid of.
Well, we
Worst-
already
worse
got rid
than
of some
Skaven.
rats, so
Oh no, you're doing pretty well in that field.
Maybe we
Kill
should just-
Skaven, and they'll fuck off eventually and go and find somewhere that's safer to go and live. Gnolls are just, they don't care. They'll just stick around until you kill every last one of them. They're really hard to get rid of.
Maybe we should stop being adventurous and just go to the extermination business.
I know, right?
what's the difference?
Who are you going to call?
Yeah, right.
Gnollbusters.
We don't go looking for loot.
Well, that sounds worse.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
Moving on
Well,
then.
to be fair, every granny has a bunch of giant rats in her basement.
I'm just glad they're not gnoll rats.
No, and then we just basically tell them, oh yeah, all this stuff is infested with Skaven. We had to, take it out.
But in my personal opinion, if we want to take out, if the gnolls have settled in the savannah in a big way, then to try and get rid of them would require a culling on such a level that we do not have time to start doing something like that. It's more a case of keep the population in check.
I mean, really, what it sounds like you guys want to do is genocide.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
okay with genocide for the right
culling
reasons.
is essentially that, keeping the population in check. It's what we've just done.
Like, predators are okay living because they kill to eat. Gnolls just kill. They're just dicks.
Right.
They ruin the game for me. They just kill everything.
No, also like
Calm down.
weasels. They just go into a field and they kill everything in it.
Yeah, just for the sake of it. They're just dicks. I hate gnolls.
I don't think we're high enough level to take on Hogger, guys.
What's a level?
You will never be high enough level to take on Hogger.
Exactly.
Who's
Oh,
high?
that's why we have the Stormwind Guard come in where he's halfway dead.
You guys speaking another language at this
It's a
point
World
because
of
I'm losing
Warcraft
track.
reference.
I feel like I've just turned over 2 pages and opened up the dictionary.
Yeah, no, that was just a little celestial coming out of me. Sorry.
How close are we to this town now then?
Well, we got to stop off at Newgrove first, haven't we?
Are we
As you
stopping
guys
off
are
or we
moving-
passing?
Well, I prepared the map, so you're fucking better.
Well, it does mean that we drive through the centre of the town and totally ignore anybody who speaks to us.
Oh, we go through the middle. Oh, well, that's different. I didn't know we were going
Well,
like,
actually,
through
see,
it.
Newgrove has a curved main road. It goes kind of
Is it
back
called
into
Straight
alleys
Street
and
by any
everything.
chance?
It's not
Buckley,
like towns usually have a bypass.
as you guys are approaching, you do see the lake that was where Newgrove was the main source of water and for fishing from it as well. And Newgrove looks like it's been almost entirely redone. It's been really rebuilt again. There's stables outside the front gates. There's guards present. The town itself is bustling with trade. And as you guys are approaching, you notice now that this is the far more rejuvenated side of the actual city comparatively to what you saw before, which was very worn down. A lot of walls have been destroyed and damaged in the time. And it basically is the difference between what it was long ago and what it is today.
Also, so we don't feel out of place, I take 2 coconut shells and make the sound like for a horse.
I lean over and I go, didn't we kind of sort of half burn this place down last time we were here?
Well, you didn't. It was the other guy.
Well, I mean, it burnt down in coincidental, the same time that we were here. I don't know if you can say that we burnt it down.
Technically, the guy that we were trying to kill burnt it down because
I'm going to move you all to the new Newgrove map.
because we pissed him off a lot.
I didn't think you could get coconuts in the region.
Oh, it's so pretty!
That's what I was going to say. If you walk straight through this town, I'm going to kill you all.
It's so
And
pretty!
now we'll go through the main road. Run,
Let's go
run,
shopping!
run!
Shimmer sneezes and everything burns.
My bad.
Should I make a disguise check?
Do you want to make a disguise check?
Is this not We Hate Dragontown?
No.
No.
That's Distoon.
Orcs.
Ah,
Orcs. Next
This would
turn,
be-
maybe disguise.
This is the
okay.
one where you guys encountered the orcs. You went into the inn of the town. The owner of the inn was trying to get you guys to move along very quickly. He didn't want you to upset the current management and the orcs.
And we were like, F that shit.
And you just started picking fights.
And then
Yeah,
burnt
that's
down
Look at
the
these
right.
tiles
town.
deaths, they look awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
I need
map is
to-
amazing.
This is the only place in the entire world that doesn't have a "I want to die" name.
Yeah, I specifically remember at the time of this, where you guys decided you wanted to go to the nearest town of it, and I didn't have time to prepare. I just grabbed a map and threw it in. Now I actually had time to prepare this one.
Oh, look, perfect. I've already jumped off the cart in preparation.
I'm actually going to go see about a house and see if I got some money for my forge and whatnot, because I left it here and went with you guys, and yeah, I want money.
You took every money. You took all your money with you.
He meant like, has it been sold?
Yeah, like basically somebody else moved in. I get slight profit because I'm.
No.
Aww.
No, you
Find
sold
out.
your
You
house
can
when you
find
left.
out.
That was the gold you got.
Find out. Yeah.
Your house got burned to the ground.
Yeah,
there
forge is still there because I made it pretty good.
You all see as you enter riding horses that are all like just at troughs, resting, and there are guards that are just talking between each other with these. They're not say ridiculous plates or even chainmail armor. It looks like they've got a lot more of a kind of like light cloths that are over themselves, and you can see the imprint of armor underneath of it. But it's definitely more of a to match the heat, because whilst this is a very regrown area, it is still very hot. You see there are trees that have grown in a lot of areas around the city. As you are stepping in, one of the guards pulls away from the conversation he's having with the other one to look at Buckley.
Hey!
What are you doing here?
Oh, yeah, coming back to visit. We'll be heading out probably within a day.
Okay. That's good to see your place got sold. Kind of just up
cool.
and left.
Yeah. Well, these guys kind of needed somebody's help. Real bad party. But they're good now.
I flip him the bird behind his back.
I see that.
No, you don't.
Celestial eyes.
No, you don't.
Make a sleight of hand check.
My God sees all.
You do not have the goddess Ayun as your choice. You do not see all.
Yeah.
Nor do you try to make everyone pay for healing and identify spells.
Hang on, this is going to be the stupid thing where it doesn't add in my expertise.
I know, it's annoying, isn't it? Happens with my athletics. Grunt just walked through a desert, so she's going to stop at one of the troughs and have a drink.
Just kind of push the horse out of the way.
Slightly just move the horse's head and just dunk your own head straight in. It's just.
I just think she goes to the side of it. It's like two people at a bar. They're just,
Oh yeah, the horse looks very confused as to both guards.
I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes doing the speak of animals ritual.
She's fine. She's been trekking through the desert. Kind of needed a drink.
Actually, it takes like one action to cast, and then it lasts for 10 minutes. Oh no, you do it as a ritual, so it takes. Takes a good minute to prepare, or 10 minutes, I should say, to prepare the ritual. So you do that, and then you just like set out all these runes around you and all these feathers as the two guards are looking for 10 minutes, very confused at you. It's very awkward. Buckley, what's up with your horse friend lady thing?
Basically, whenever I left with these guys, we killed a dragon. She kind of helped us because she was being held prisoner because the town of Distoon had her as a gladiator and then basically gave her to the dragon to basically as a tribute so that the dragon didn't destroy the town.
Distoon? Oh.
Yeah.
As both guards kind of look a little bit further down. We've not had the best time with Distoon in the last few weeks.
On the to-do list.
Do tell.
Yeah.
Well, they're very much so kind of people who love doing trade. And they're more trying to decide on doing trade as in they need new warriors, and they're very enthusiastically encouraging people to join them at times. Yeah, and sometimes when people say no and they don't get the trade done, a farm gets burned down. But it's not by them because they left to the west and the farm's 2 days to the east and it gets burnt. I keep thinking that They might do something with the gnolls, or there's some other whatever
Oh,
they
we
are.
actually did kill a bunch of
creatures.
gnolls.
God damn it!
Wait, what?
Damn gnolls.
Hang on, you
How the hell do they persuade
Wait.
gnolls?
you came through the actual. You went through like the Broken Fang clan.
We've been through the desert.
Well, they certainly had broken fangs after we dealt with them.
You know, they were set up by dragon bones or whatever.
Oh, more burnt fangs, but we get the idea.
The ruins of Clethen.
Sorry?
Okay.
I
Clethen.
never.
Klenth. It just sounds like the name of the dragon, the ruin of Clethen.
Sandy, dragon bones.
Red
I
Yeah,
looked
no,
straight
that
to
was,
Del.
that's that's a place in like history. It was where a large black dragon had torn apart a red dragon that was terrorizing human trades from the city of Terrasonis in the north.
So the
that-
bones didn't matter then.
That might not be there
No.
anymore.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
it's not like we actually care. It's just like, hey, look, that's where this guy got his ass kicked a few.
Yeah,
Wasn't
the
there a black
bones
dragon?
may or may not have been scattered.
Well, the dragon bones are probably still there. There's just a lot of gnoll bones on top of him now.
What was the name of the
And
black dragon?
Dash.
Ah, I'm sorry, but this is like a few hundred years old of a story, and no one actually just went, "Hang on, I'm going to go ask this black dragon what his name is."
I give
I was sure to
Alistair a
spook.
knowing look.
Just wondering.
Just lean over to Alistair. Pretty sure it was Galgaron. Shut up.
I mean,
You have the hope that it's not Galgaron, so you can go find that black dragon and kill it.
I mean, I want my list to remain somewhat populated. Otherwise, I run out of things to do.
Oh, and also our barbarian friend there also put some nice warding runes there. Apparently they didn't work.
They can't read common.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
apparently.
Alistair, you've still
what-
got that white dragon that got away.
Yeah, just family, you know. Anyway. Mike muted.
It's not like you to monkey around, Al.
Is that supposed to be offensive? Because it's not.
Only if you can figure out the wording.
Yep. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Wait.
And it just went
It
out
picks
again.
up his click, but not his voice. It only detects sass levels. Your voice is not sassy enough. Oh shit. Lost
Well,
the DM.
that was not a
The world
monkey,
is
it's
now
just a fairy.
silent and boring.
No.
There
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Like, it should pick me up all the time. I'm sassy as fuck.
I know, right? Anyway.
I might need to look at a new headset. That's another thing. Might ask my parents for that.
Pick one up when you come over to England.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, my birthday was 2 days ago. Want to do me a favor? Before I tangent, I won't go into that.
Yeah.
But Jace, the guard that was like, he has like more of the actual sleeving and kind of cloth over his face and eyes and everything, and you just pretty much see the slits. And well, actually, there were reports of a white dragon going near the Dead Mountain. About 4 days ago, maybe.
Ah,
Alistair
what a
in, with bow in hand.
coincidence.
I
Look
just checked my
straight
necklace.
towards the...
I just checked my necklace. I got a gold dragon bone, bullets, green dragon. No, I've got room for a white. Grant, add it to the list.
Grunt stops
Gets to
her
the
ritual.
very end.
I will
Too
assume
busy
that
talking to a
Grunt
horse.
knows what I'm doing.
After you guys have done this discussion, by the way, Grunt is currently talking to the horse. Grunt, what are you asking the horse?
To be clear, when I talk to horses, it's mostly just grunting noises, and that's why she's usually okay with talking with animals. Anyway.
Oh, so for us, we get pen and paper. The horse gets a fucking full-blown conversation.
Well,
Apparently.
when you're talking to an animal, you're not so much talking, it's more of a vibe, it's more of body language, a few, noises.
You are making, like, horse... To give you an idea, you are making, as well as doing these body patterns, you are actually having to make vocalization of kind of stuff.
I
Hey,
stand
Grant
behind her
does-
and mock her.
Go for it, she don't care. She's a bigger person than you in many ways.
Oh my.
Not what I meant. But
What
there
would you
go.
like to ask the horse?
First of all, I'd probably ask its name.
The humans keep calling me Betty.
The look of Dass's face then, like, I have names set up for half-orcs, elves, dwarves, horses is not on that list.
Well, at least I'm not the only person who had to make up a horse name this week.
The humans keep calling me Betty.
Oh, hello, Betty. I am Grunt. I are Grunt.
I am Groot.
Yeah. Just ask him if anything interesting's been going along on around here. Anything of
Nope.
note?
Pretty much been here for
Veg.
the last few days, just chilling, drinking water, pooping, eating hay.
Pooping comes
It's
second
like-
on the list.
She's
Yeah.
basically like, I feel that.
She says, as Betty is saying this, you do see the tail raise.
Doesn't deter Grunt at all. Just like, yeah, the desert sucks. I hate sand. It's coarse, and we won't go down that path. She will take out a particular cloth that she got a crumble bottom jacket. It's like, besides me, can you, the person that you smell on this, have you smelt that around at all?
You hand out the cloth, the horse says, I'm just trying, I don't know. Smells like
Yeah.
human sweat.
Righto. If you come across that idiot, be careful. He's a jerk.
Okay, I'll be sure to boot him when he tries to mount me.
He's also very violent, so just be careful. Anyway,
Ah.
that's it. She'll give the horse a scratch any itches he has. You know, it's like, have you got any itches? Because I know the humans don't understand you.
Just right, just like lower on the neck.
Yep.
There. As the head just like raises back as you do it.
Aww.
Good horses.
As you're
I'm done.
just like scratching.
Oh, the other horses are like, what the fuck, man?
I can talk with all of them. I can just speak with animals for the next 10 minutes, so I'll do all of them.
You eventually just go around to all the horses as these 6 are having a conversation. As you're doing it as well, you just hear.
Oh god.
Oh,
That's
has
a
the
duck.
duck got something to say?
There's ducks.
Meanwhile, the wind in the willows. Grim just fucks
There's-
off into
I'm
another
going to chuck some
dimension.
ration to the duck. Good duck.
Quack.
So is this what happens when Snow White crosses over into Beauty and the Beast and they have some weird love child?
There's so many questions I have there, but anyway.
None of them require answers.
They really don't.
Yeah.
They do, however,
Um,
require fan art, so please put your pens
No.
to papers.
No.
No. No.
There are rules about that.
Yeah.
Not laws, though.
As Grunt is just discussing with the horses, talking to each one of them, scratching them, just making them feel very chill. The guards are just looking at us. Okay. That's nice. Is there anything you want to do in your time in town, like? Mark?
Well, I mean, basically, we just came to check on things, check the area out, make sure everything was alright.
Has Aeon Soul returned?
Doubt it.
No, he left about just under a week ago, and he hasn't been back since. He was going in for the Midsummer Festival inside in Duskhaven.
Have you heard about what happened in Duskhaven?
No, you're the first people to actually come from Duskhaven.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Probably not bringing the best news then, I'm afraid.
What happened?
I'll just take both of them aside
I'll leave you
And
to
then-
that.
and basically just give them the whole story. So this, that, this, hell of a this.
Frank faints immediately.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Frank.
Did you tell him about the parts where I looked awesome where I killed the Gorgon?
Shut up, Alistair.
I don't think you'd even reached that part yet.
Oh, there was this Gorgon, right? Okay, I'll let you tell the story.
He's fainted, Alistair.
That's because he was so amazed about how heroic I must have been. I'm gonna splash him with more water to wake him up so he can hear the rest of the story. He'll love the
I
ending.
use control water and just basically put Alistair in a bubble. Anyway.
I drown.
Alice is dead.
Basically, you know, pumping or bringing him out of it to give him some air from time to time. Anyway.
And then after I did that,
He transitions between speaking Murloc to Common, Murloc to Common, Murloc to Common.
Oh!
That reminds me, I need to learn Bullywug.
that's a very weird thing to learn.
It's an important language to know. For
He says
reasons.
this as just like his head at the chin and his fingers pointed out, pointing. It's important to know. You're explaining this, and it's like, oh shit, fuck. Frank, wake up! And he kicks Frank. And Frank's just like,
Use a little bit of the water.
hey,
There you go, buddy.
And just pulls his sorry ass up. So God, if we actually get attacked, we're fucked because you're useless. Shut up, Jace. I love doing that. I love doing that.
Important, otherwise it doesn't look like they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
But actually,
And then they kiss.
no, I was trying to visualize it, but I can't. God damn it, I'm a dungeon master that can create and destroy worlds. I can make gods kiss if I want to. Mwah.
There are company rules about that. Not on company time.
Just town guards, they're usually volunteers.
Okay, so the guards go back to their positions.
Do we actually have anything planned for what we need to do here, or are we just passing through,
I
Buckley,
think
or do you want us?
You should probably tell.
Dell saying they'd like to go shopping.
Jay says you. Well, yeah, there's a small market in town today, so you could probably do that. I'd suggest actually discussing this with the Burgomaster as well, trying to let him know that that's going on, that things are happening like that, because, well, shit, we need to be ready.
Okay, Dal, do you want me to go and do that, or do you want to go and tell them?
You can do it. I'm not talking to any form of vaguely mayoral positions. F that.
Oh, you know, he's my mayor.
I didn't
I got
realize you were
this.
so sexist. God.
What?
And then
This
I
is
walk
why
away to go
your
and find
intelligence is
information.
slower than mine.
It's okay now because it's canon.
Yeah, it's canon. You got a concussion off Crumble.
A little bit. I'm still missing some teeth. I think that's probably why I'm collecting them now.
His brain
Yeah.
is literally
To one day replace all of them.
Oh wait, and I do have some bit of the Gorg, and I have the jaw, don't I? Because I was going to make
Yeah,
some sort of
you have the
helmet
jaw.
adjustment. Yeah, some sort of
Yeah,
helmet
that's-
adjustment. That's okay. I got something from it, so it's fine.
And you
I
did
took one tooth.
take one tooth off of it, wrench it
Yeah.
off of it with great difficulty and furious anger, because it was a fucking steely. You basically just broke it off. There was no like fang underneath it, no like produce that actually inserts into the actual gum line, because there is no gum line. It was just one solid thing.
Metal on metal. Like a death
Like you
metal
took,
porn
it's
scene.
like you took a hacksaw, just like,
I'm going to
So-
go and speak to somebody and ask them about what is the nastiest thing at the moment that is not necessarily haunting the village, but near the village, and I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of null. That's my current agenda.
Okay, if you want to do that, you can make an investigation check. What does anyone else want to do?
I'm going to go talk to the mayor.
Okay,
Glenn's
Buck.
going to go shopping with Dell if she likes.
I'm not fussed, but if you want to, I'll go with you.
Yep.
Can't wait
I'm
till
going to go to the
finished.
market and resupply on spices and herbs.
Aw.
Oh, that's it, Core. You do the sensible thing.
Well, somebody has to.
Damar isn't interested in eating, clearly.
She never is.
Are you saying you haven't eaten recently?
No.
Grant hears this and it starts just
Making my way
forcing, rapids to
downtown,
us.
walking fast.
Immediately rolls a stealth
Food
check.
passes. I'm going quick now.
Walking faster.
Okay, yeah. So to get to the Bergmaster's place, it's take a left and then right, and then
He now has
another
a
left.
name. Frank and Jace.
Aw.
Damn it, Nerwin! Why didn't you go with Biggs and Wedge, you fool? You fool! It's all your fault.
No, they're the two guarding the exit. This is the entrance.
Biggs and Wedge, the legend duo. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, the place looks beautiful, by the way. Like, did you guys do any reconstruction lately?
Nope. We ain't doing
Yeah.
shit like that. We took the guard position because we knew we just had to stand here.
Right.
There are construction workers like 30 feet away that just turn and look and be like, the fuck? Are you fucking serious, man?
Probably.
Scaffold.
Frank, they're gonna kick your ass if you keep talking like that, man. Like, I mean, seriously.
We all agree that Frank's the idiot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Frank is definitely the idiot.
Thanks, Fanta.
Anyway, yeah. Then Space gonna go fly off.
You don't walk anymore. I fly.
You just like say, okay,
I gotta start using it more.
you can start walking that way, and as they're pointing to walk that way, you just watch you going, hey.
For fucking 100, and I'm gonna make every fucking use out of it. You're like that dad that's bought Nike trainers that really do not suit him and just stand out against the rest of his time. But you're like, I'm gonna fucking spent 70 quid on these. I'm gonna fucking wear them. I don't care if I look like a twat. I'm gonna fucking wear them.
I don't care if they're size small. I don't care. So, like,
You know,
spend too
it's
much.
like getting Professor Oak messages coming up saying Buckley, and there's not the time to use that.
You're in a hallway. I would like to fly. Space going to fruit.
Okay, so I'm gonna head down to sort of this area, I think.
You're also aware, because Buckley, you know it as well, the Burgomaster of a Newgrove was Collins Fawcett. So that was the last guy you knew.
Guessing the bigger building is his place.
No, this is the inn of the town. This is the temple, which you resided at for a bit. And this is actually the...
Yeah, where did you point then? Sorry, we didn't see anything. I'm
This
assuming this is the temple?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just realized I'm using green on green. You know, it's great because on these maps it's usually not green, but fuck you.
So yeah, this is the
It's
inn.
used like bright red.
This is the temple in there, right?
Okay, that's the inn.
Yeah. Yeah, the inn's the one you just pointed at.
This is the
Alright,
inn.
cool.
As I walk past, because I know you'll have thought of a name, what's the name of the inn?
Oh, we
I have it written down.
Oh, you made him look at notes!
He's looking at his notes. He's got it written down.
Knew you'd have a name for it.
Yeah, you guys went to it before.
Yeah, it had a name last time, but none of us can remember what it was.
Neither can I.
Everyone can see you, Nina.
You're live on the internet, man.
Messing my hair, bro.
You see the image of an orc as if it's like slipped on a street of water across the actual thing hanging on it. It seems it's been renamed since the last time due to the events that you helped cause from it. And it's called the Tripping Orc.
I like it.
I like it too.
And you notice that the actual orc design in it is very similar to Blackjaw.
I cut his head off. Good times.
Is Jonathan okay with his orcish half?
Not really, no. He
Okay,
tends
you'd like to
to-
do them.
he tends to fight his temper tantrums quite a lot because there's that orcish side which is always this destructive side of wanting to cause carnage, which he always fights and keeps under control.
There's one side of me that wants to read every book in the library, and then there's the other side that wants to hit someone with the library!
No, there's one side that wants to eat the librarian and burn it down while pissing on the ashes, because that's the orcish way.
What was the name of the Bergmaster?
Collins Fawcett.
Collins. Okay, cool.
Do other people's for a minute because I need to go to the toilet. Back in a second.
Okay. Buckley, you go to the town with the building, which is the town hall, which is basically it's just like the small little more office where people are going to deal with stuff. And as you pass, you do see that there's a figure there. This or kind of like these under tunic with this kind of like shoulder and slightly chest covered armor on, with a bandana, a rough like a dark brown bandana, just talking.
Berg!
Excuse me for a sec. Just a sec. Why do I get sick every time I DM?
It's only when it's Moon Sands!
Do you know how frustrating it is?
Maybe it's the sand getting in your
Shut
in your
up.
system.
But yes, you do see Berg is just there talking to Collins. There's a very heavy burlap sack over his shoulder, and he's just he's chatting with him in the morning sun, kind of like at this pair of chairs at a desk outside of it. He's very relaxed. Colin himself is a heavier set man who's wearing this kind of like illustrious silver and golden armor with like a bright blue tunic underneath it, that just a slightly peppering graying hair with dark brown otherwise. Boop. Pop him up.
It's a picture I'm familiar with.
Yep, because it's the default noble. Deal with me.
Yeah, I used it to represent one of my characters in my session.
And it was used to represent the minister of Marland, or wherever it is in Maryland, or the one that you had not yet gotten to in SKT, the one that is the one with the mines.
Oh, right, okay.
The one you resurrected.
Ah!
It's a model that gets used a lot. It's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fitting for like older noble man. They're done.
Yeah, it is.
So Berg is talking as Buckley. They both just like looking confused as there's now a shadow over them as you're just like floating above them. Hi. Whoa.
Oh yeah, basically float down.
Buckley.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What the? As Berg's just looking. You can fly.
Oh yeah, magic boots. It's all the rage nowadays. Anyway.
Among the kids, and there is just Colin looking. Well, you haven't changed a bit, Buckley. Well, except you can fly. That's new. So what can we do?
Well, actually, I
Let's
could
get
fly
you
whenever.
back.
I could fly whenever I was here. It was more. I just barely used it. Kind of getting used into it more. Anyway. Thought I'd come by. You know, just talking to Fred and Frank and Jace. They're doing good. That's all good. Wanted to bring info to you about Duskhaven.
At this point, you see Colin has like a cup of tea on a saucer, and just leaves it down on the little table in front of him. Oh, what's going on? We haven't heard anything after the Midsummer Festival. We were expecting people back from it.
You know, spill the whole beans. You know, this, that, boop, boop, boop.
They are looking
TLDR.
horrified. You are TLDRing the
Yeah,
absolute fuck out of
TLDR.
this. You're just TMI, I should say more so.
Yeah.
You're describing details that neither of them seem comfortable with, and they're just shocked, just utterly horrified at the notion of what you're describing.
But you know, at the end of it though, it's all been dealt with. You know, reconstruction's beginning again, and you know, should be hopefully getting people coming back here soon enough.
Say we kind of need Ann Sill back soon enough. We need his suggestions. We need his wisdom and advice. For what seems like a very young man, he's far more cunning than he lets on.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, actually know him personally now. You know, met through him. You know, through people and all that. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Pretty-
very
pretty good.
good. Very good
Good
to
guy.
spread out your contacts like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and also I know the mayor of Duskhaven now. He's an awesome guy.
Oh,
Apparently he's a sorcerer. Didn't know
yes,
that.
he's known to be quite magically attuned. A lot of people don't tend to get on his bad side. He's known for temper.
Oh yeah, no, we had to deal with a Gorgon. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a what? What's a Gorgon?
Basically a giant metal bull thing.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, it really was. I almost died. But I'm good.
Well, that's also not very good. But the fact that you're alive is very good.
Yeah.
So, are you just here to terrify us, or do you actually have anything else to add?
Well, we were actually just passing through, me and my party. And
Okay.
oh, also, did my Frank told me that my house got sold?
Yeah. We kind of needed funds to help rebuild after the whole burning down of the city thing. So your house may have been auctioned. So
okay.
your house was auctioned off and it was put in towards the funds. I'm sorry, but you weren't here to contest it, and it was a vacant lot of actually undamaged buildings, so a lot of people were using that house.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Forge still there and everything?
Yeah, the forge pretty much doesn't get used at all. You're pretty much the only one who was attuned in the ways of smithing amongst the
Cool.
people who would have otherwise used it.
Awesome. Yeah. I'll probably be back later. Burke, I actually will probably come over to your shop at some point, maybe today.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can definitely do that. You guys kind of like saved my ass with the whole everyone wanting to, which still kind of bit shooken after been a few months, but I'm still kind of breaking it every time I see a group of people. Like, I'm waiting for the first torch to get raised and the pitchforks.
Angry mobs are just really not.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of those now. No. But yeah, you're all very welcome, and that whole place that they kept coming through has been since blocked off. No one's able to actually get through anymore.
Good.
Yeah, I only do a little bit of the actual general like ration goods now. There's a lot more exotic trade we get in and around from some caravans and just people who are just traveling and exploring. Like we tend to have now served as a bit of a waypoint for people, and only keep entrances over to the side of the lake because, well, we're kind of not trading with anything in the west anymore, so no point for gates.
All right. With that, I'll go check my forge. Then,
as you're going to leave, Colin waves out for you. Buckley, I hate to be one to warn you, but be very, very careful. There's a tribe of gnolls, and there's some other vicious creatures that have taken up residence in the surrounding areas. They're very, very nasty, very dangerous creatures. More vicious
bone
than
out of my bag. Yeah, no, I've met them.
I was going to say more vicious than the gnolls, but that's you. What?
Take note.
And I just kind of start spinning the bone around. A lot of undead. I found. Got rid of them. One hit, KO kind of thing.
They're both just looking more like they're trying to process the fact of, firstly, why are you carrying around a bone?
I just happened to be in my back.
You just blew them up so much, one ended up in your bags, like when you shake out a bunch of stuff, some falls in your pocket.
Yeah, up there. It was just basically like go through and this and this. Bone? Whatever.
Pulls out 16 figurines of owls.
And some feathers.
No, 16 feathers of monkeys. This is my see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Anyway.
You had to think of the last one.
Yeah. I always do. I don't know why. Anyway. But yeah, what do you mean more vicious than the gnolls?
In the last week, people have been coming through and describing them. Gnolls are usually smaller than a man. These things stand head or shoulders above of their. And where gnolls are actually just a straight up destructive force that seems to be just an avoid them kind of situation or give them reason not to come near you. There's other things that are now appearing, and they're also quite nasty. But we cut all trade with this stone. They've been trying to negotiate quite forcibly to have people from us, like our guards and such, volunteer in the Colosseum to earn money.
Volunteering.
Yeah, quote unquote volunteering. We've had people that originally, a lot of people were very interested. Some people went. None's ever come back. So we started to stop letting people go there. Yeah, we're expecting people to actually show up. We got a distinct warning to generously give people to be willing to join the Colosseum, or we're coming to roughly persuade, as the wording he was given us. I'm very concerned for the sake of Newgrove compared to this tune.
Well, actually, before we actually headed out, or because that's actually we're heading that way. Me and my party, we were stopping in to basically just check out the shops and whatnot. But yeah, no, we're actually heading towards Distoon to possibly even just eradicate.
You're trying to eradicate a city of hundreds? What? You want to destroy an entire city?
Well, I mean, not an entire city, but
It's an entire city.
higher. Well, no, you mean upper management.
Don't you know somebody that would like to volunteer for this task?
You're not there.
I know.
But make it basically get rid of upper management.
You want to try and kill Lotath?
Sure.
Lotath, the ruler of Distoon.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jackson Brum.
No, that was the innkeeper.
It's the only person I know from this town.
Yep, because I've hidden the rest from you.
Ah, that would make sense. Maybe the innkeeper.
Yeah, just get rid of upper management. Possibly put somebody in there. Get the nice, get the place, nice and not shitty.
Well, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. Distoon's had a history of surviving people trying to aggressively expand. And listen, we are kind of at a situation here. I don't want you to have to try and fight a whole caravan pack by yourself, but at the same time, we're very stuck because they're coming. They are going to try and take our people. We don't know what to do. We try to escape, and well, we've got gnolls and monsters waiting to just pounce on us. Apparently not as many gnolls now, but we still got monsters to deal with. They're coming in the next few days.
Next few days? Okay.
The letter arrived 6 days ago, just after Ansel had left for Midsummer. I think he was half waiting for Ansel to leave to send this.
All right.
Kind of we really need him back. He'd know what to do here. At this point, you watch. He's just like reaching back for the tea, and there is a very obvious like shaking of his hands as he's like lifting saucer and teacup up to his mouth, trying to settle himself, just taking a deep breath, trying to hide it. But both him and Berg are both seem very uncomfortable with this discussion. Not as a we don't want to talk about this, more as they're afraid to talk about this. Make a insight check as you're talking.
Oh, didn't do that with advantage. So it'd be 23. Well, I guess 27.
Natural
Almost
19.
Damn. Oh shit.
Yeah, no, I'm super wise.
I see through your pansy handshaking.
He is very, very nervous, and he's keeping his head down and very submissively, almost like he's trying not to talk out of turn. And you watch as Berg's looking between you, and he's actually looking up at the top of buildings and top of walls and into some of the trees, as if he's almost like watching for someone as if he's watching for someone trying to keep an eye out. And he's also very apprehensive. It's like they're basically looking like they're trying to choose their words in so way not to offend, but trying not to offend a party, which to your knowledge isn't here.
Well, I will. Because I keep forgetting I choose my spells each day. Cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Just actually seeing if I had ability to use sending. Yeah,
You can do sending
I can.
to you can send it to a creature you are aware of. So yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. I'll send a message sending basically to Aeon Soul saying, "Hey, Distoon is." I got
Hey,
25
K,
words.
comma.
Yeah,
you
it's
up?
only 25 words I can use. So,
Hey, comma.
Hey,
Hey.
Bay.
What you wearing?
New number, who dis?
hey, get back to Newgrove when you can.
Get your ass back
Yeah.
here, boy.
Distoon is sending people to take people
Okay, you 5 more
from
words.
Newgrove.
Okay, that's 23.
Hug
Love
and
Buckley.
kisses.
Yeah, love Buckley.
And you send that letter. So you just watch. You just close your eyes and you just begin writing with your hands in the air. It's like word after word, as if you're like trying to string a web of arcane or divine magic together. And in like a circle flash of like circling over it all as it like brightens up, you just close it.
Cool. Aeon Soul has been notified.
Both of them look at each other and back to you. Since when can you do magic?
Hit his head really hard.
Now that I've kind of gotten
His
my
voice
memory
comes
back,
from the distance, from the like towns, like inspecting a cabbage. Yeah, I got hit in the head real hard. This is a nice cabbage.
basically the basic sense of it is apparently I've had amnesia and thought I was a monk, but I've actually kind of started to recollect my memory and realized I could use magic.
Okay, that's very interesting.
That's gonna go now
Bad
in
man.
bio. Had amnesia, thought was monk.
You're a bad man. You're a bad man, Mr. Dartwood.
Brainstorm, not monk, cleric. I can fly.
But now I've recollected some of my memories. I've actually been trying to regain the rest because there's still a point that I have missing between me arriving here and the monastery.
Well, I hope you find it, my friend. If ever we can offer assistance, do let us know. I don't really know what else to suggest. You do remember it coming to us, of course, yeah?
Yeah, I remember living here in Newgrove and everything.
Oh,
But-
that's good at least.
Before then, not at all. But either way, yeah, I'm gonna go check on my friends and kind of get an idea of what we're gonna do.
Okay. Also, Buckley, you can see which house was yours because the only house I put a forge next to.
2.
That one.
Yeah, I see it.
No.
And so I'll just basically skipping along in the air.
Oh,
Alistair, in your moment of forgetting that you're not in Duskhaven and just almost snap your fingers for game, you just walk up to the nearest like shopkeeper who has just like this fine array of jewelry out in front of her. It's currently just like cleaning over one of the rings on her fingers. As you just walk over and go, "What can I kill?" To which she just looks back at you. Excuse me?
Looking for big game, big things to kill. Anything nearby? Is there anything dangerous around?
She kind of looks around in the moment. Not that I can see.
I'm gonna go find Dell.
I'm like 10 feet away from you.
Yeah, we're
Oh.
shopping like.
She goes,
I
"Who's
have-
Dell?"
Dell, I have fantastic news and I have terrible news.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing big and dangerous near Newgrove that is threatening the town.
And that's the good news.
Bad
news.
news.
Bad news. Right. What's the good
This
news?
place is boring.
Right.
I suppose the good news is that the town's probably not likely to come under attack from anything big and dangerous soon, if you can call that good news.
I mean,
And that's when I land.
most would call it good news.
Hey, we got bad news.
To kill and
You land down Superman style next to him. Do you have a cloak on? Because I'm just picturing it bellowing.
Actually, I
with you,
do.
Superman.
Yeah,
You're just bellowing Superman
it's
style.
basically like a
you just-
a
you land down
townsperson
Super-
cloak kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just wearing
wearing
the
that silk
Superman.
embroidered
You're
one.
just falling. You're falling down the Superman style. Just. I'm afraid I've got bad news.
We should give him the silk embroidered one.
Embroidered.
The silk embroidered robe.
That
Okay.
thing that we've got that's just hanging around somewhere. I'm
Yeah,
sure it's in the bag of
there's
holding
just
something.
a pretty robe hanging up at the guild hall.
You know what?
Yeah.
Buckley can have the robe. I'm going to remove that from my inventory.
Is that the
Guild
Oh,
hall.
you've got one in your inventory.
Is it at the guild hall? No, it's
Well,
probably at the
there's
guild
one
hall.
in the guild hall. We may have found multiple ones.
No, no. Okay,
Probably
we'll get it
found
later.
several very nice clothes in your
We'll
time.
get it later.
Hold
It's fine.
Right.
Grant's going to be looking at the jewelry shop meanwhile.
Okay.
Let's be fair.
Yes,
if there was a
you
very
look
nice
back-
robe running around, I probably have it.
Yeah. You look back over to the jewelry shop at the elven. Like it is a very thin elven woman. Looks like she's in her mid years. Focusing on her, go back to her jewels and everything. As this Goliath just steps in and is just staring at everything. Can I help you, miss?
She writes a note and just says, "Just looking at the moment."
And she
Oh,
just like
just browsing.
as you write and just turn, she takes out these like small reading glasses, just opens them, just cleans one. Oh, okay. Go ahead, look away. If you need anything, I'm standing right here. I'm not going
does
anywhere.
it-
She nods politely.
Does it say just browsing, or does it just have the picture icon of a buffering symbol?
I will leave that up to the imagination of the viewer.
That's when Twitch is like, "Oh, sorry, have to load the video." But
Okay. So how long are we hanging around for? Is there anything that you want to accomplish here, Buckley?
Well,
Because if we
apparently,
leave now, it's likely to be dark fairly soon after we leave. We may get 6 or so hours out, I'd say, but then we're probably going to be camping outside again. So want to camp here?
well, apparently there's a
Camp out-
caravan traveling from soon, coming to
Caravan.
take people again.
Oh, that could be our way in.
Yes, which means if we plan to do this, we need to make sure they don't take anybody from here other than us.
So we're going to become the gladiators, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we kind
Grunt
of said
hears the
that's
word
what we
gladiator.
wanted to do, so I guess we
Suddenly
might
comes
as well.
over and is like, what's going on?
Grunt, you just like lean about like your body's so big you just lean like 5 feet over.
So okay. So what? How are we approaching this? What's the angle?
Well, I have also told Aeon to get back here when he can.
Is he here? Wait, how'd you do that?
I was able to send him a message
What? How?
using my magic.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Magic's weird.
I know, it really is. Anyway, yeah, sent him a message. He should be hopefully coming then whenever. That way, Colin isn't, shaking like he is. Anyway.
Okay.
That man's a mess. Anyway, so yeah, they have a caravan possibly coming in within the next 2-3 days.
Okay. So if we go with that, are we all acting as gladiators? And we're going to be basically, is it auctioned off? Or I looked at Grunt, is it auctioned off, or are we just sort of given? How does it usually work?
She explains the system that some people are slaves, some people are well-trained gladiators, some people are volunteers who are paid for their work. There's several methods.
But the way it's currently being described seems like it's far less on the volunteering or the self-willing stage that they're coming for.
Yeah, she explains that while she was trained and paid somewhat, she was also had her entire tribe killed and taken away as a slave, as it were. So, yeah.
All I'm thinking is that if we follow this plan, we don't want to go too far over the line so that we end up literally just surrendering ourselves to them, because then that's no good.
The way it sounds like is that they used to come here looking for people volunteering, so we could just say that we heard that there was like money going and that we're looking for some form of income or reward.
Yeah, but
She
it's
writes
the way it's.
a note reminding you that she will be recognised immediately by these people. She was somewhat famous.
This
Yeah.
is true.
So it's,
I
it's
have
mainly
math
just
for
going to be the
that.
4 of us.
Although she also notes that she should have a glorious return to the arena, and they should probably be quite happy about that. Whether or not that's true is a different story, but she thinks, champion return to the arena is good stuff.
Well, basically, what we could do is basically give her a mask, put the robe on her, and voila. Now she's disguised, and then when you get into the pit, and then, basically air quotations, the pit, and then basically just rips off the robe, takes off the mask, and rah!
It's one way. I don't want us to basically just end up surrendering and just giving ourselves into it, and then reaching that point where we can't just come back and just say, all right, we're going to run away now because we're enslaved. Because it's gone beyond voluntary by the sounds of it, and the guards are sort of hinting at the fact that people are being taken away. So,
well, I mean, I could always make shackles that are super brittle.
Fake ones, so we can always escape.
Yeah, in the sense, fake shackles.
The other thing I was thinking was, if we do let ourselves get captured, what if we try and start a revolution?
That's another way too.
That's another way, but we don't know how many people are there and how many have just been killed.
No, we don't. We don't know how many are there, but it's a potential that if we've got a lot of well-trained gladiators in there, turning them on the slavers or the Colosseum, whatever you want to call them.
See,
The boss,
The neighborhood dog barking.
The bosses. Barking up the wrong tree there.
It's a small kind of like the ratter kind of dog, like just small terrier, and just the small kids trying to like pull it with him on the leash as just like looking at Shimmer, just barking weirdly at him. It's like, come on, leave him alone.
Damn racist dogs.
I do have another plan, but it would be very.
Might not be racist. You might like it. You might want to go play.
Yeah, sure. But also, I told Burke we might go over to his shop at some point.
Oh, yeah. Was that the orc, the half orc that we saw? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Yeah, it's the half orc you guys.
The other plan that I had in mind was if when we enter, we say that we don't say, but the people on the front of the cart, the talkers, will say that they're bringing more victims. If the guards then lead us to the Colosseum, if we can get to a point where we're sort of out of sight, we could end up jumping the guards, switch places with them, take their armor, so that we're like guards of the city, and let them take the guards in as the victims. But that's a very circumstantial as to whether that actually happens.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility.
See,
It could
I
happen.
mean, really,
We don't
Grunt
know.
wasn't
with all
so-
the planning we do, there's too many variables we have right now.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
variables. So if Grunt wasn't
What's-
like so large and strong, then we could like pretend to have caught her and be bringing her back. But honestly, it's highly unlikely that we would be able to capture someone like Grunt. They would probably immediately think that we're lying just because of how unbelievable it sounds.
Okay,
Grunt,
well,
Grunt explains also that you're traditionally allowed to keep the weapons or whatever of the person you kill in the gladiatory arena, and she indicates to Hel her lightning javelin. So even if she's not recognised, her weapon would likely be.
right. Well, what's our ultimate goal for getting into this town? What do we ultimately want to achieve by going to this town? Let's start there.
Well, we wanted to get rid of upper management, right?
Yeah,
We want to take out the head honcho.
Yeah, we kind of
Grunt
want
says she wants to enter the arena, battle all the people, and eventually challenge the leader to glorious combat to the death.
What if we used? Wait, we could probably use that. We could probably use that if Grunt returning is going to be such a big deal for the Colosseum. It's going to get a massive turnout. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to go to that. We could use that as a distraction. It'll be a meeting point for where all the big people are going to be going to and where all the populace is going to be going to. We could use the crowd as cover. We could essentially use it as like an assassination attempt.
I mean, what you said wasn't far off with the whole revolution thing, honestly. So that's an option, because we want to basically disrupt the current leadership.
But in order to get to that point, we can't have Grunt there straight away because we'd need time with the prisoners to rally them. If Grunt's there straight away, they'd throw us straight into the arena, and it'd all just be, you know, the first match would be there and, you know, over and done with. It'd need to become like a big reveal later on.
Grunt does note that she would like to fight him fairly, not understanding that nobles will not get into the arena and fight some common scrub, but she's like, she would like to fight him fairly in the arena.
Yeah, unfortunately, that might be difficult to arrange. I'm guessing that unless the person that in question is like an ex-gladiatorial fighter that somehow fought their way up into management, probably not going to happen, Grunt.
She
Actually,
writes a note saying, well, if he's a coward, then stab him.
And it just shows an image of Grunt with a very like ridiculously down eyebrows, angry, just stabbing him. This is a very dead man in the cartoon character style. But you do remember details of the ruler of this town? I just get up the name again because I have to check my notes again.
I remember he was a very smug, suave person.
Yeah, I
was
remember
a
I
very
hated him a
smug-
lot.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Common ground with him.
just like you did with Crumble Bottom.
Again, I hated him a lot.
But Lototh, you do remember, Delmara, you did tell people of this as well when you got it off of Pit Wiz, that supposedly Lototh had risen up, was born from some sort of deals, and his mother was the previous ruler, and he, as from her knowledge after having discovered it, but not common knowledge in the town, beat his mother to death when he was a still very young man, and then took the position.
So he's a total asshat.
Okay, so plan time. What we doing? Are we going to disguise Grunt and go in as slaves and start a revolution from the inside, or do we want to just send Grunt in on our own as the slave, and we take position like in the Colosseum, like amongst the crowd?
I think probably the second one, because Grunt can probably hold her own for quite a while she has previously held her own.
Yeah.
She pops out her chest.
Yeah, damn right.
So we're going to go under the guise that we've captured her.
Maybe? I don't know. It's all really difficult.
I think we could potentially pass off. I mean, if there's 4 of us against 1, and we've got a fair mix without Grunt as part of like that 4.
If we get Buckley to make some like
Yeah,
convincing looking
manacles.
shackles, not just hand ones, but like hands, legs, neck.
Yeah. The full
Grunt
works.
reminds them that Dominers and that are allowed to bring in gladiators. So then she was quite happy to be there until she had to kill Hell. It's no trouble to walk in voluntarily.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just the whole.
How did you leave?
How do we have Grunt when they gave Grunt to the dragon?
Was
There's
given
lot
to
of
a dragon,
loopholes.
yeah.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, you were given to the dragon.
Yeah, there's a lot of loopholes that we can't really account for.
But she was owned by other people before that had her in the arena.
Lototh himself actually took you as his personal toy, essentially, whenever he needed a gladiator disposed of, or he needed a warrior disposed of, he would actually use you as an executioner.
Buckley,
Yes.
do we still have some of the dragon stuff, don't we?
Yes.
I keep a few scales on me, yeah.
She notes her shield that's made out of the thing's sternum.
Of course, the shield that you made out of the stuff. Perfect. Could you inscribe on that the name of the dragon? Inscribe Slarlak right onto the front of the shield, because Buckley, because Grunt could be returning to Distown completely of her own will, and we can sneak in, like under nightfall or something, or while nobody's looking.
Under her shield?
Right on the front of a shield, so it's like as plain as anything. So it's she holds up the name Slarlak from the dragon that she was given to, that she killed, and is now returning as champion of the arena. And while she goes in and does the arena, while she goes into the arena and does the arena stuff, we can then strike at the very head of Distown. Maybe, I don't know how the thing's set up, but we could probably throw him into the arena and all jump him.
Well, you have to
Thrown
remember that
into the lion's den.
the guy had several guards around him, and we found out at a later date that one of those guards was in fact a devil. So there's
we've
more
taken
going
out-
Guys, I remind you,
Both were in fact a devil, one of which...
Oh, you cut out Das. Sorry, mate. There we go.
Yep.
Okay. You do recall that both were devils. Both did change into the form of a devil. One was killed, and his body just evaporated, and the other one was actually dragged away by Galgarond. And please pardon me a moment, the dogs are barking.
Okay.
I've got it. I've fucking got it. If Grunt returns to the arena, it's gonna bring in the biggest crowd that town's probably seen in the last however long since Grunt's been there, the last couple of years. The head honcho is bound to be there. He's going to be there to watch that fight. With the new hook that Grunt's got, she can bring him down to our level, and we can jump him.
Magic
I
bubble.
don't think that's going to work either.
He notes
this
again
guy
and again.
had
There's a
devils
magic
working
bubble
for
to
him.
stop dangerous things hitting the crowd.
Mm.
Yeah.
This
There
guy
is, in
had
fact, a
devils
magic
working
bubble.
for him. There's going to be like stuff we're not aware of protecting him. We're not just going to be able to like shoot him with an arrow across the city.
No, obviously it's not going to be that simple. He must have his own box or something where he sits.
Oh, he does. We saw
He
him in
does.
it.
You actually came
Yeah.
very close to him. You were actually brought very close to him at the time and just dismissed away like, you're no longer interesting, go away.
We got to the bottom of the stairs, which I recall Nosdo got half thrown down.
Yes, he did. As Alistair... I think Alistair got a slap.
I got
Yeah.
slapped. I think it was.
You got actually slapped, yes.
Yeah.
But I think Alistair got a headbutt or something off one of them.
Alistair headbutted someone in
Okay.
retaliation.
16. Okay, I'll let you know in a sec. Yeah, so we got fairly close to him, but what if we can get him on the way? What I'm thinking is if Grunt is down in like the holding cells initially, would you, Del, be able to escort him out of there by either taking out the guards or finding with alternate routes to get him out of the holding cells, but not out into the arena, but up into maybe the crowd area or out the back entrance, and we can try and intercept this guy as he's on his way to the Colosseum?
See, I could probably stealth alright. Grunt, not so much.
Grunt doesn't
Like-
need to stealth. Grunt belongs there. It's not going to look weird if she's there. It might just draw a few questions of like, why is she going this way to get to the arena? And that's when you help her sort of guide her towards the exit. That's what I'm thinking. Because if
I'd
it
like
takes
to,
place in the Colosseum,
And ask if while we're shopping here, she could get some stuff. being that she's currently attuned to a hook and nothing else. And she wants to know if there's stuff to make her harder.
I'm sure Buckley can probably help you with that. He's got gift of the gab and he knows these
Yeah.
people.
I don't know if this town will necessarily have a lot of magical stuff, if that's what you're after. It's only a
You can
small
make
town.
investigation. You can make an investigation check if you like.
Maybe Buckley should.
Buckley, I would say, would be able to do it with advantage.
He knows
what
the
am I doing?
place. Investigation
if you
check.
want to help Grunt try to find some fat loot,
Thank God.
I did say with advantage.
Yeah.
So. Make your ass go like a rabbit's nose. Okay.
Do you find anything? 9? No.
So you spend time going around. A lot of the shops here are different to what you remember. There are new tradespeople coming through. There are new people. Just trade in general changes and shifts over time. It's quite seasonal as well. People come and go. So there are people who weren't there before.
Actually, didn't Burke say he was basically getting more magical kind of items, right?
No, he was saying he was more of a general goods guy now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there were other people who became the, how you say, the
Purveyor of magical.
Purveyor of magicals, yes. And that most of them were in the general shops area. So you do learn just by...
gems.
Yeah. You know someone there that's dealing in sort of necklaces and jewelry. Besides that, is there anything in particular you want to look for?
I would love ring of protection or cloak of protection, for example. Things like that.
Abjuration-based magic.
Yeah. Things to make her harder. That's how she always words it.
Porn magazine would probably do them. Silence of judgment.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
silence of
think she
laughter.
would understand.
Yeah, she's actually, funnily enough, probably would just go, what?
Yeah, she wouldn't understand a porn mag.
To which Alistair is immediately no longer interested in her. Okay, so you go to the different shop dealers, and there's one very heavy set man, just like a very tall man. It's about 7 foot with this wide gut. And just sits out. It looks almost like there's a bit of ogre somewhere down his bloodline, and he has a large staff that he's wielding. Come, my friends, welcome to my shop. And he has these amazing items that are just parade all around his shop, and there are cloaks hanging, there's boots on the front, there's gloves, there's anything you could think of is here now in front of you with this man. I have been traveling all around the world, collecting and traveling anything I could find of worth and value. So it is truly up to you, little adventurers, little heroes. What do you truly need?
The word little, she like she has to lower her head to get to have a proper look.
I have a question. Out of character.
Yes.
Is this person's name Marcus?
No.
Okay.
Grunt has drawn a picture of her in preparation for this. That basically is her like deflecting like 1,000,000 arrows.
It's just like you in the Buckley pose, just like that brave pose and arrows and everything. There's actually like a massive cannonball that just bounced off her head.
Yep.
Ah, I see you wish to become iron, like the mountain itself, unmovable in every way.
She nods politely.
She is half mountain.
Well, you're already halfway there, quite clearly. I suppose there are many things I could provide for you for your toughness. My first curious is, do you have magical items yourself, or you focused your energy into attuning to them?
I think the only thing she's attuned to is the hook.
Is the spear
gonna
not
check the-
attunement?
No, it's
me
not
check the-
actually.
Yeah, it's just basically it's used as a focal point for the spell.
Fair enough.
Like a wand, you don't need to attune to the wand of magic missile. You just go, fuck you!
Fair enough.
It's also once a day javelin. So
Yeah. Ah, my friend, for you who is strong, I have a belt that can make you resistant to everything. He just slams down this massive golden belt, just like with each plate. There's like the sheets of plate just all across the sides, and a heavy, just thick golden dwarven face on the front. This is one of my finer pieces, but the belt of dwarven kind could become yours if you want it.
Well, Grant, I'm pretty sure you're already resistant to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, not really a choice.
The
you
belt of dwarven
need
kind
there.
does other things, you know.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
but Belt of Dwarven Kind's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
That Constitution buff, yo.
True.
And she does like the idea of a belt. I don't know what it does exactly, but if he's suggesting that it does this, she's interested.
Got one on my barbarian. No regrets. Would
Are
recommend.
you
to a
growing
friend.
your beard?
We haven't actually been checking for that. I don't
We
think,
keep
have we?
forgetting.
Yeah. I might just do a couple of
Remember.
rolls when we get back to
Constitution
passes.
increased by 2, advantage on charisma checks with dwarves, 50% chance to grow a beard, resistance to poison, dark vision, and can read and write dwarvish.
Read, write, and speak dwarvish.
Yes.
You don't actually have dark vision, do you, Grunt? Because Goliaths don't, do they?
No.
Nope.
They're outside
No.
creatures, so they don't have it. So
They're mountain
yeah,
creatures.
Belt of
yeah.
Dwarven Kind. That's
She writes a note
Never
saying
capped to that Constitution.
Plus 2 up to 20.
she writes a note saying that is interesting. She just wants to see what else you've got before she makes any decisions.
Well then, my friend, if you want something as well to make you more durable, and the belt may not be your choice, he just takes the belt and leaves it down for a sec and puts it away somewhere, just so that I don't have everything on the table at the same time. I do have as well a unique little set of things, which, don't worry, they do grow to match the person. And he hands out these, what look more like they're cups with holes cut at the bottom, but they're fine brass, like laced over the front. These it's basically like not full coverage. There's actually like holes in the steel and the metal on it, but holds out these 2 small, just like bracers that go down the side of the would go down the side of the arm.
It's like cups with holes in it. How do you supposed to drink from that?
I'm trying to describe it's what Grunt would visualize it as.
Right.
Yeah.
If you do not use a shield, this
the
will be
world's
your
worst
choice.
tankards.
She does use a shield. She is interested, but
Yeah.
she's leaning
Giant
towards
shield on the
belt,
side.
I think, at the moment. I assume that's everything.
Can you not use braces with a
No,
shield?
Not with the braces of defense.
Really? Wow.
Braces of defense. While wearing these braces, you gain +2 AC while you are wearing no armor and using no shield.
Oh,
That's why
cool.
Grog.
Yeah, 'cause
that's
it's
why
monk.
Grog picked him up
It's like
once or
monk.
twice.
So it's for two-handed people or bow
Yeah,
people.
it's
fair
it's
enough.
good
And
for, like,
spellcasters.
well, good for a lot of traditional,
Barbarians, which you're not.
Two-handed.
Well, that is not all I have, my friend. And he does take out, he puts away the braces, and well, you said you want the things. I have many things, and he just
Apparently.
laces over a set of 2 or 3 rings, just like these beautiful rings, like these solid jade binding. Like the jade's actually been engraved and wraps around each one of them, and on others it just gets thicker and thicker. Like the actual lacing of the jade gets thicker and wider on them. I do have many wonderful rings, and he does also reach over and pull over a cloak, and this cloak as well. I have many wonderful things of this design.
Grunt likes both the cloak and the thing, and she tells Buckley as such. She says, "How many dwarven trophies for this?" And she draws a picture of a coin.
And just picture her poking her like Flufflepuff. It's like
Yeah.
poking
How
the pointy
much
lip.
for each item, roughly?
Oh, these are not going to be cheap. The belt of dwarven kind is easily going to go for over 10,000 gold pieces. The cloak will go for about 7,000 gold pieces. The rings probably about 5,000 for the weakest variant. The stronger variants go to 8,000, and then 1,000, 8,000, and then 12,000.
How much do we get for the guild hall, Del?
I don't think it was ever actually said in and out of game. We just got given a sack of money.
I mean, we could auction it off. It was, well ventilated at this point.
Oh, you mean the guild hall itself?
I'm actually
Well
going to
ventilated,
Mhm.
unfurnished.
Lean
We're not selling
Grant-
the guild hall, especially since that
Grant
involves going
can't-
back to Duskhaven.
Grunt counts up her 200 gold and realizes it's not enough. Oh well.
No, I'm afraid
1 second,
that-
Grunt. 1 second.
What
I
was
lean
in-
over to
what was
Del.
in the- What was in the pouch we were given by Merok, because
Merok at the end of the last job, that was 500. That was
What?
500 gold pieces. He just said go get drunk. He handed you 500 gold pieces.
What about the bag of platinum that we had?
That's that.
That was the bag. Oh, it was just platinum. It would have been about 50 platinum then.
Because we've got 600 in the bag of holding. So that's 1,000 plus already.
Hey, Del.
Cool.
And
so-
Grant's got 200.
Whispering. Del, how much was in that?
I know, Buckley. It's back at Duskhaven.
Well, shit.
Doesn't do us any good here.
How much was in there?
Check my character sheet.
I don't know.
Oddly enough, not enough.
Huh.
For that belt. There's enough to get the braces, maybe, but again, that involves going back to Duskhaven.
Well, if we don't have the money,
can-
we don't have the money.
You can try to make a persuasion check.
I mean,
That would be more
Yes,
nervous.
I know.
we can't. I think even if it was half price, we could not afford the belt, so it would have to be one of the rings. I think.
The rings she'd like. She's not married to the idea of the belt.
Yeah,
Rings
puns.
we may be able to get.
Go for it, Buckley.
Checking, things real quick.
Remember, you have that. What is it, mercantile adept or something?
I don't have that anymore.
What?
Of all the things.
I meant to take it instead of skilled, but I didn't think about it.
He's doomed us all.
Because if I didn't have
So-
skilled, then I couldn't actually use my smith tools.
Well, shit.
Couldn't have that.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised by how expensive the ring is.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's a
ridiculous.
+1 to AC and +1 to saving throws. You bet your believe your ass is expensive.
Oh, just saving throws as well. Yeah, okay. I thought it was just AC.
Right.
Protection. There are 3 variants to the Ring of Protection. All of it gives +1 to AC, +2 to AC, or +3 to AC while wearing this attuned ring.
Okay.
So, okay, you said it was how much for the rings?
5,000. For
5,000.
the weakest ring, 5,000.
Right.
You know, we don't have to buy stuff for her. Don't we have extra magical items that we can chuck on her? If not, it doesn't matter. It's just a thought she had.
Yeah, 5,000 is a bit too expensive as well.
Well,
Well. Your mic out.
unfortunately, my friends, it is the seller's market, and I'm the only person here who's really selling these kind of magical items. I do have weapons and other things, but the most you have is about 1,000. I really don't have much to offer.
Do you have
Adele.
any improved shields?
Ooh.
What kind of improvement to a shield?
Enchanted.
Just harder.
Just compared to a normal shield, yes.
Yeah, in comparison.
I have well,
She also
I do
says
have-
she'll trade in her big dragon sternum.
I
Oh,
spent
man,
hours
this
on
is
that.
a very impressive thing. Yeah.
Also, yes.
He looks at it and bears in mind, whilst beautiful, I don't think I should take it because I doubt I could carry it. And I carry all of my own materials.
Well, we're shit out of luck then.
I whispered to Del. Try X-ray eyes.
I beg your pardon?
You
Type it in
fucking heard
chat
me?
if you want to whisper me.
Stage whisper.
Just stage whisper.
I love how he
Say
puts
it
his
loud.
hand over his mouth so it covers it between the mouth and the microphone. doesn't do the other side, just literally
Yeah,
covers the
I know.
microphone like, can you not hear me?
Yeah.
No,
sorry.
dickhead!
What did you say?
You should use your X-ray eyes to see everything.
Now, how is that gonna help?
I don't know.
Good plan.
No, Buckley plan if ever I had one.
So I have a question. Was there any ever? Did he ever say a price on those bracers?
No, he did not. And he continues, well, I do have a shield. It is a Vanikra, and he just lifts it up like this very, what would be just like a normal shield, just looks more like a buckler for someone of his size and for someone of Grunt size. This shield is just, it is just a simple magical achievement to increase its durability. It is, as you can see, it's a wooden inside with like a sharp, almost like a sharp steel exterior to it.
Perfect.
Like just collapsed around, and then just like a thick round center of steel as well that's been bolted on. And he flips it over. There's just like two straps on it as well at the back, so it's very much so a bash style if you are shield masteried. Well, this I could probably give away for about 700 gold.
That's more affordable.
Considerably within the price range.
I do have simple. I do even have, if you would like, considering you are clearly trying your best. Make a persuasion check.
Who?
Whoever wants, but only one.
Is it?
I mean, it's probably not me. I've not been very persuasive.
I have decent persuasion.
I have it
You
as
guys.
a skill.
One
If
of
you've
you
got it if you've got it as proficient, then you should do it because that's.
Yeah, I mean, I got
She might just write a
to
note
it.
and say she might be back for some of these items after she's won the arena.
Go on, Naren. Give it a shot. Make us proud. Hey, that's pretty good.
He reads the note as Nerwin is also trying to like balance out the case between the two of you, two parties. He goes, well, for a future, or wait, the last ruler of the arena in this tune. I remember you now. I suppose, while not beneficial for you personally,
At the
could.
mention of remembering she's going to do her classic pose she used to do back in the arena days.
Yeah,
You just like
Hillary
pull,
Lance.
just like from the center, as if you've got like a neck. You just move your hands as if you're just like snapping a neck, and just turn into this massive, gripped, tight pose with your muscles stretched out and taut. You don't do it perfectly because it's been a while, and you've not actually snapped a neck from behind like you used to do the pose with. No, I do remember you. Hopefully, you're not as rusty with everything else, just the pose. While not very beneficial for you, I could also provide I have several tools. I have I have arrows that are magically attuned. That
She just sort of grabs Dell and slides her into a frame.
Ah!
pushes her into place. It does like. But besides that, I also have a for about maybe 400 gold. I could either throw these in for about 100 gold for these 20 arrows that are magical. They will not break, and they do have that utility to them. So it's just a matter of, do you fire them off the cliff or not? You can probably reclaim them off your foes when you kill them.
I think
Use
Al-
arrows
And-
again,
I
though?
want those
You're
more
mostly
than me.
knives.
Yeah, I have a
besides that-
crossbow, but those are bolts, not arrows.
Yeah,
Besides that, my friends, am I still audible?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
so how much for the arrows was it?
It's 100 gold for the arrows that cannot break. They are magical arrows. Or for
Is there anything
400
else beyond
gold,
not break?
they're just magical in that regard. They bypass the resistances of many a creature.
Oh yes, so they're still magical for the purposes of break resistance. Good point.
Besides that, and he takes out something. He takes out like this small, like leather. Looks small to him, and just like wraps it over his shoulders, and takes out a knife from it and throws it in the air. And the knife goes before you see the knife back over.
I
onto
was,
his
I was
hand.
actually just about to ask about that.
I do have this bandolier of returning for 400 gold. I'll put this on top, so it'll be a total of 11,000 gold, 1,100 gold if you want.
How much for just the knife on its own? 400.
For the knife is
For
not
what, the
magical at
bandolier?
all. For the bandolier is
Bandolier, that's
400 on its own.
Yeah,
The
we
bandolier.
get Dell the bandolier.
Bandolier I can afford out of my own pocket, literally just, I have 401 gold.
Dell wants,
You still have your lucky coin.
Grunt wants to go Harvey.
401.
Yeah, I want to
Wait.
see how Harvey's with you to get you that
Wait, wait, wait.
bandolier.
What are we buying here? What's going in the pot?
Well, basically,
Well, you
as it stands
currently
here.
have the shield, which is a very this is just a normal like magically attuned shield. It's just a +1 AC, guys.
Mhm.
Besides this, I offer for 100 gold arrows that cannot break that will usually bypass the magical resistances of enemies. That's
Mhm.
100 gold bonus. That would go to 800 if you were to buy these two together, and if you were going to go to 1,000, 1,200, 200 gold, sorry, it would then also include this bandolier, which when you throw a object from it, like if you have an axe across one of the nooses of it, or knives in the slots, they will return.
I think we can
Okay.
pass on the shield, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's get you the bandolier. Why don't we put in 200 for it?
You don't have to do that.
She wants to.
Oh,
Well,
that's all
I've
your
got
money.
I've got
Yeah,
some
wants to.
money. I've got some money in the bag of holding, which is kind of weighing it
Yeah,
down. So I think,
there is 300 gold, which is just party money. So we could use that to. Oh, the 600. So we could use that to get those magical arrows for you, Alistair.
yeah, go on. I'll grab this one.
You could buy everything if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll grab this one.
So 600.
Take some weight out
it's
of the bag.
670 gold for the magical arrows and the belt.
Grunt insists on paying.
For the bandolier, it's 500 gold.
Grunt insists on paying 200 at least.
For the bandolier and for the arrows, it's 500 total.
Grunt puts in 200.
Okay, well I'll take it all out of what I've got, and then I'll just add 200 back on. So
Yep.
take us up to that'll take me down to 370. So there you go.
You have
Take
370
200.
now.
It's 370 in the bag holding.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I got magic ammo.
I've got a freaking belt of returning. Oh my god, I'm so
All right, Vax.
That
calm
would actually
down.
make you
Can we get a
special
mop
daggers.
for this woman?
It's actually a bandolier of returning, so it goes over the armor at the front.
I'm so happy.
How many knives can it hold? Just
It can hold like currently has like 5 knives. Oh, the knives. It's like a 400 gold piece. You can take the knives, and there's like 5 daggers.
Cool.
You can put one of the other bandoliers I got you around your thigh or something.
Oh,
Actually, stick it.
cross them over each other.
No, stick them around your ankle just in case you're in a submissive position.
You're saying I don't already have a knife around my boot?
I question where you haven't got a knife.
Keep it that way.
Magic ammunition. A quiver's usually 20 arrows, so 20.
I will ask, is it attunement or not?
It is not an attuned item, no.
Sick!
As you can see, I could just throw it on myself and throw the knife. I am not attuned to it.
so.
Grunt writes a note and thanks him for his time.
Okay, so we're a
You
little
are
better
most
prepared.
welcome. And should you ever return to... I'm probably going to stay around here for a while. I usually get good trade. I do have other items. And you do see as he just like... he has like several layers on currently. And the like most outer layer, he just like opens out and you see a lot of belts. You see belts that are red, like dark gray, bright blue with like storm crackles on it. Everything. I've got a lot of everything. You need anything, you can probably
Would I
find it from
recognize
me.
this?
You recognize that they're belts. Make a straight intelligence
I have-
check. Make an intelligence check. You are aware. You've never seen them personally. Well, actually, wait.
I have a belt of Hill Giant Strength.
You do, which is the most road. You have the most simple designed belt,
Okay.
and you see these are basically like extravagant belts. These are
Right.
beautifully designed belts of the same style as yours, just better in every way.
Right.
These are going to go into the easily 5 digits. So when you have too much money, when you are weighed down by your gold, and you just don't know what to do with it all, come visit me.
That makes sense to Grunt because she's not big on dwarven trophies. She likes things.
So if you ever need any sort of ridiculous amount to get rid of, just come looking for Thothlam. That is my name.
So who's wearing the belt of Hill Giant Strength?
I am.
Righto.
Bucky
Do we have any other magical items knocking around that we could use to attune to somebody? Because we may
I
as well.
think we went over
To my
that
knowledge.
before we started.
Yeah, not to my knowledge. I believe everything's been handed out now.
Yeah, I think everything is sorted now.
We do need to get a big payout of money, I think.
You want your cash
I'm
money.
not sure if the Ring of Fire Resist has been dished out.
And I don't have it.
I'm
I
actually going
think
to
Nasdaq-
unarchive. I'm going to unarchive Nasdo and Ian and check them, see if they had it, because
Actually, could you also
Ian
do,
doesn't have it written down.
Murag?
Yeah, I'll check
Yeah.
Murag.
Because
Well,
I,
if-
second.
I think
if
that's
it-
where the Staff of Withering was from. Is I had
If it's
it
a
on
ring of
Murag.
fire protection, Shimmer's not going to have it, and Grunt's not going to have it because they already have protection. So it's going to be to one of the other original five
It's not
members.
Nasdo. It's not. I'm going to actually take out Sea of Ale as well and Tavin and just check
I'm
them.
pretty sure with the barbarian.
Actually, no.
rage thing-
Tavin left. Tavin left with everything he had, so no, he didn't give anything back. I have to check Sea of Ale though.
I'm pretty sure with the barbarian thing. I'm just going to check this, but I'm pretty sure they can have resistance on top of their barbarian thing. I'm just going to double check that though.
No,
Well,
Sea of
you
Ale
just have
does
resistance when you're
not.
not raging. It just means when you're raging, you have resistance to everything but psychic. So it's unlikely that we would have given you something that gives you resistance. Because
Murag
definitely
does
don't have it on.
not. No. I'll just say that you guys had it and that you never really wanted to give it to anyone in particular.
Yeah.
So it is there. It exists.
maybe I should have it in case Dell decides to have another freak out at me.
Only if you deserve it.
So never.
Anyway, I think that's enough shopping.
Yeah.
Hold on to the
Grudge,
ring.
if you want to come with me, I need to do some inscription onto your shield here, and I really don't have my tools on me. So kind of
Okay.
need to go to the forge.
She'll come with you. She'll help out. She's happy to hand you the shield as well.
I'm going to take Dell to do some more planning.
Alistair, what you want me to write on here?
Slarlak. I don't know if you want to do it in a couple of languages, but just do it in such a way that it looks like Grunt's written it on there. So
So like a kid.
Grunt's actually
so-
quite good at writing.
She's got good writing.
So it looks carved and it stands out, so you don't have to get up close and personal to see it. You
Use
can
some
see
of
it
the
from a
green
distance,
scales.
but yeah, make it look fancy, but make it look like some sort of like semi-primitive, but not like something that you'd write on a dwarven wall. Nothing to
You know,
inscribe.
how about this? We all just go to the forge, hang out, plan, and basically I can, you guys give me ideas as we're there.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Where's Shimmer?
Just look down the road. There it is.
I've been purchasing goods and things.
He's
Hey,
just
it's getting spices for food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just spice. Just
Spice?
spice.
Spice?
Nobody bothered to
Spice.
come and get me for anything, so I just kept on shopping.
Well, now we're done. I actually Shimmer. We're gonna try and make a plan. You gonna come?
Ah, okay.
Did you find anything good?
Yeah, I got random.
Some saffron?
spices.
You found some very good spices.
Because unfortunately, I don't have any of my chemical stuff with me because the alchemist has got it all. He's working on some stuff.
Yeah, he's having a field day with what you gave him.
I have it written down here. I had stuff for painkillers, cures for insomnia, stuff to remove or lessen diseases or poisons. Approximately
Yeah,
10.
stuff over time that when applied would do it.
Yeah, medicine rather than magic. So
So, I guess we'll head to the
You
forge.
know, Grunt can write in giant, right?
Oh, really?
I don't think I know giant.
I know common, draconic, and celestial.
I don't know giant. Cool. Excuse me.
Well,
So, what else are we going to try and plan?
Right. So we all agreed. What we need to establish what we're agreed on. Is Grunt returning to the arena on her own as champion, or do we want someone to go in with her?
I think she can manage on her own.
So we're okay with her going back as the hero that destroyed Slarlak.
I think
Grunt's
so.
all good with that.
Okay.
So long as you're okay with it, Grunt, I guess.
So Grunt is going to return, the returning heralded champion. They'll put her into an arena fight, because why wouldn't they? It's going to attract a lot of people. But the question is, when do we strike on the main guy? Because he's definitely going to be there. It's basically guaranteed he's going to want to come and watch his best fighter return in an even stronger position to fight whatever beasties and people they've got in the Colosseum. Do we try and get him on the way to the Colosseum, or do we let Grunt do her thing in the arena and try and get him afterwards? When are we striking? When do we think's best to strike?
It's really hard to judge because I think he's going to be fairly well guarded at all times, but maybe if we try and strike after the arena, we can follow him. Because at the arena's a very public place, and there's probably going to be a lot of guards there. But if we follow him after, maybe we can get him in his house or something.
I've had another brain attack.
Mm-hmm.
Grunt, after any of your fights, did the head honcho of this town come down to personally congratulate you?
Only when she had there was a grand tournament, and it's when she actually killed Hell. She was too distraught to actually think of doing anything else. So
she was distraught between then and when you found her. She was basically non-responsive, possibly why they left her took her out of the arena.
So she just kept getting hit, and she just would not respond. So she was just left or given away.
She just had a death lock on Hell, and they couldn't get it away from her even when they sold her the dragon.
It's a shame that there's not a grand tournament or something similar going on now, because a 1-to-1 inside the Colosseum, in the holding cells, that could be the perfect place, because even if he was guarded, and I mean, his guards are going to be well-trained people, but if he's guarded, we could potentially get, the other gladiators in the holding cells to jump in on the fight somehow. Mm-hmm. That would be the perfect opportunity to strike.
Yeah, that would work well, actually.
Give them a chance to turn on the person they hate.
Exactly. So, but we need to find out, would he come down to congratulate? If you fought in the arena and you won, would you be able to return to your holding cell immediately? Or would there be some sort of portcullis or some sort of doors barring you from going back to your holding cell?
The arena's usually sealed while we're fighting.
I imagine so.
Sealed.
It's to prevent any sort of shenanigans. Only the people who are meant to fight get in the arena. Anyone who gets in the arena after that, congratulations, you're fighting now. And if it's say for example someone who's fallen in, people have actually just fallen in and gotten killed.
I mean, sometimes there's beast and everything in there. They have to seal it.
Oh, okay. So what if Grunt goes into the arena, does her fight, us guys go inside the sort of forbidden parts, if you will, to the public, the forbidden parts of the Colosseum, and we manage to hijack the door controls to whatever seals people into the arena. We open it up so they'll think that it's just the staff have opened up the doors again. He'll be a bit confused as to why all of a sudden the doors have been opened to the gladiator arena. Grunt just walks out as normal, and he thinks, okay, I'm going to go and personally congratulate her later. Gives his big speech to the audience and says, thank you for coming, blah, blah, blah. He then makes his way down to the arena afterwards, and that's when we get him.
I mean, he may not even if instead we end the fight early, he may come down just to see what the hell is going on.
Maybe. So how could we interrupt the fight? Because we don't even know what he'd be fighting.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if we were hidden in the crowds, you and me could shoot off some ranged attacks. And
I could make a plague of insects happen.
Ooh, that'd be good. Something that could potentially disperse the crowds could be good.
Yeah, or we just go with your plan and go behind the scenes and open the gate mid-fight, and Grunt just rushes through, and just leaves mid-fight.
Real quick, Des.
Because then it's what the hell is going on?
I'd like to make a perception check.
Ooh.
Also, your mic's out.
But we're assuming you say go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Psychic powers.
In what regards, though? For what?
Oh, fuck. Kind of in the sense of how Colin and Burke were kind of looking around.
You're no longer near them to actually tell.
Oh, no. I mean, as in, basically...
Trying to see what they
myself.
could see.
Yeah.
You've no idea what they were looking at?
Passive perception of 25.
I have a passive of 18, but figured I'd
If you
try
need
give
to
it an
do
actual
it,
look.
you have to actively look for something.
Yeah.
Do any of us have any way of manipulating one of the guards to potentially calling the head dude away from his spot?
That's going to be a spellcaster.
That's what I'm thinking. Does anybody have anything in the realm of doing that?
Look at Shimmer.
This is becoming a lot of talking for Grunt.
I
so
look at Buckley.
Well,
As I'm just kind of sitting there, basically carving out, to see. Man, it's good to have the tools and everything. I could probably use command. What else?
Make you just want to like carve as well. Like you do it with Grunt, you take time and you focus to actually carve
Yeah.
Slarlak's name in like this kind of like almost half celestial, half draconic style. Like celestial is far more of a flowing kind of way of writing, whereas draconic is very sharp. So you mix the two and get Slarlak in this very gritty but brutal way to almost look slightly giantish, but also to have like this flurry.
It went out. You're out.
Kill me now.
Aww.
It's not funny. Seriously, not funny.
Alright.
You take charcoal and you take remaining ash and you actually just embed it into. You take like a green dye and you just meld it with it and you just embed that all across the S and everything in common, and it's just Slarlak in common. But it is done in the way that it is the actual green is like the interior lining of it. It's as if someone like drew it, but it like did it with like a open, so it was essentially just a line art, and you filled it in then with green.
when Grunt, getting sick of the talking, is going to use a feature he's never actually used, by popular demand. I can always find a place to perform. I'd basically just like to start performing a strong woman thing in the town, since she's working up to going into the gladiator thing, and when these people do come, they'll probably have heard of her before they even get there.
Starts
You
breaking
probably use
melons
my
with the
barbell
thigh.
system right there. Basically putting over to my racks of weights and whatnot.
Picks up all the weights and the anvil.
I'd need
Just
to
like
that.
lifting, you're just lifting the anvil as he's like trying to work. The anvil just like shifts. He grabs everything so it doesn't fall off it, and it's just like held weirdly on it as you're just doing this, up, down, up, and as you're doing that, you hear a voice, a female voice, somewhere over there. Oh, as she,
Oh,
My-
you've gone
my
again.
Cut out again.
Sorry, Matt.
So weird.
I don't know why it's happening.
It's weird how it just keeps cutting out just every so often.
Yeah, when he reconnects to Discord, it seems to work.
hear me now?
Might be that his
Yeah.
mic. Yeah, we can.
I think it's that part of the mic, so I'm trying my best not to actually touch it, but I move too much on myself. Colin has rushed over. He is short of breath, bright red in the face. Buckley, remember how I said a few days? Might be wrong in that.
Oh no.
God damn it, Colin! All right.
They're showing up. That they come by the south entrance. And
Grunt's just going to
Good.
start taking a performance to the south. Just walking
just
through the
literally
streets,
put-
juggling weights.
Please put the animal down first.
yeah, the anvil's too heavy to juggle. Don't do that. Not even you
I
can
just
juggle.
bounce my head while I'm juggling other things.
Make a dexterity check.
Would this not
I
be
know
a
how
performance
heavy.
check?
I know how heavy anvils are. No, actually, no. This is a strength check with disadvantage because you're trying to lift it on your fucking neck.
Remember, this is +8, and it never comes up.
Oh, wait. So 12.
Grant, You try to, and you start feeling your neck giving way. So you start
Okay.
leaning back, so it falls off.
Well, I'll just juggle stuff while I'm going. Just not the anvil.
Time to think on the move then, I think.
As you guys are moving to the south, the walls are all about like 10 foot tall, and you see in the distance a large gray figure.
Mhm.
Probably standing about 20 foot tall, like this broad shoulder with this very thick cloth across, like say, just like half the torso, very like just square jawline and head, with this massive metal band around the neck with all these markings on it. As you're approaching, you see that it's pulling this huge cart. To the side of it, you see what looks like either a dragonborn, but with this long tail and a bright red face with these brined marks across the top of the eyebrows and like just slight spikes back. These figures with like cloaks and hoods over themselves, keeping the beating sun off. And that one won't be revealing themselves at all. Two minotaurs on either side, just bearing these big axes and just trying to like push the cart from the sides towards the back to just move up towards the front as the giant drops down the actual part that it's pulling, very grunt-esque. And at the back you see this black-haired human. A very nasty grin on his face as he's looking out towards, just looking out in general towards the town. And he's just...
Oh, sorry, mate. You cut out again. Sorry.
smirk. Hello? 1, 2, 1, 2,
Yep.
2.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, it's whenever I hit the actual wire, I think it is. So that's going to take some jerry-rigging to fix. What is it with me and the wire? I can never keep it protected. Anyway, as he's there, he just has his arms folded, and he's just waiting for someone to actually come out. So I will now reveal most of this.
When Grunt's going to be doing a one-woman parade, and when she gets close enough to the cart, she's going to drop the weights, bring out this newly engraved shield, bang a big hook against it in a come get me sort of thing, and do a big roar just as a big performance sort of thing, and then put a weapon away in a shield and just head into the cart.
You watch
This
the
is a
human.
collection.
You watch the human figure just like steps down off the cart. The cultist or the human. I say cultist. 'Cause I say cultist. That's the icon. That's actually the icon for cultists. That's why, because it's just like I needed humans that had hoods covering because I'm in the hot desert. That's what I chose. The human steps down. The figures are helping him down. Like this like ladder they put up and then take away. Well, now isn't this just the most delightful surprise to see the Valkyrie has returned?
She does a big
Seemingly
stage bow.
defeating her previous owner. And looking like you want to return to the arena?
She does a fist to the chest sort of thing, going banging
Funny.
her chest like, "Yep."
Funny, you stupid thing, because a lot of us put a lot of money on you when last you became the champion and then you just decided to stop fighting, so we sold you off. What makes me think right now I should take you back?
She just
Oh,
brings
boy.
out hell and implants it in the ground. In other words, like, put money on me or not, I won that fight. Don't know what you're bitching about.
He's more bitching on the fact that after the fight you became lethargic, and the next fights you went into, you just would not fight. You were just dead. Like you just kept getting hit, and they just called the match off because you clearly were giving up.
All right. In which case, she's going to leave hell on the ground, pull out her hook and her shield, bang it again, and just look at the giant and give him the nod. I said, "Come on, then, let's have a go."
The giant.
Or take down a hill giant. Now I'm going to see a Goliath take down a stone giant. It just gets better.
The stone giant looks confused. Bearing in mind, you now look to its actual wrists, and you see that it's actually just shackled onto the actual cart. At the back as well, it's also shackled. It's more like it's being used as a very large stage course horse, like just a shire, but it's a big ass shire pony for these guys. No, that's not for fighting. That thing is just for lifting me around.
She just
Be very
just
careful
sort
what
of-
you think you can choose to fight or not. You're not
she
on
just
good terms
opens
if you
up her
come
arms
back.
and basically says, "Well, any one of you, come at me."
I'm going to turn to Buckley at this point and say, Buckley, you know that spell you were thinking of using, command, was it? Don't know whether
Yeah.
now's going to be a good time.
She just starts showing, like, "Come
It's
on,
just starting to
anyone?
look ugly.
Minotaur, you want to go? Dragon, let's go.
I lean over
All
to
of you at once."
I lean over to Shimmer and I say, "Why does he have a tail and you don't?"
You really want to make this a race thing right now? Really? Like, come the fuck on.
Curious, I've never seen a dragonborn with a tail.
I just look at her. It's like, do I really look like that?
I've never seen a dragonborn with a tail. That's why I'm asking.
'Cause that's not a dragonborn.
Then what is it?
What
You
would
guys
it be if
remember?
this guy would have it?
You guys remember?
Oh, sorry, mate.
Whoop.
Got out again.
You guys remember? Aeon Sul had a tail.
Oh, okay. The penny drops.
This one, much like Aeon Sul, has just like two swords, just like dual sword across the back, and it's just snarling towards Grunt right now, looking over towards the human. No, we're not. If we're gonna do,
Again, sorry, Das.
Yeah, no, Commander's not gonna actually help here.
The thing is, guys, if we want this plan to go ahead, we can't help her.
you know what, Grunt? I lost 500 gold on you when last you gave up like a worthless piece of shit in the middle of the arena. Because we let you kill your little lover. You know what? Fuck it. Let's see how well she does against me. And this in full plate armor just draws out his long sword and shield and looks dead across at you as he just steps to here and
Yep.
looks over towards all of you. Fuck off. And then glares back to Grunt, and that's what we're going to call the session.
Ah,
Oh. 1v1. Boo boo
Like
boo.
you want
gauntlet's
me,
been
bitch?
thrown.
I'll be honest. I already, if I would get drawn into combat, I already have my first spell.
I was just about to suggest let's all get on the walls.
The walls are not big enough to actually keep you on.
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
What are they, just 10-foot like log walls, or?
They're very thin walls. They're more just like they're barely even a 5-foot wall. Like they're more just built as a wind guard or
Like a
anything.
thick brick wall.
Yeah, they're just
Okay.
they're just like a rudimentary thick wall. Like they're
Okay.
not meant to be super good at holding things back.
I realise what I'm doing and I stop.
And to clarify, Grunt is going to hold a hand out to you, like, "Don't you dare do anything. This is
Oh
mine."
no, I heard, that's why I was like, I don't think we should step in, guys. I think we should stay
I'm
here.
just keeping an arrow knocked just in case.
As he also will end it as he just snaps his finger looking at you, and from behind him you see these two big red eyes just erupt up, just flame erupts up, as from the shadow, his own shadow, comes out this massive black horse with fire, wreathed it in its eyes, and he just pulls himself up on top of the back of it.
She's going to take the hook, scrape it across herself, completely derobing herself, and she's just going to rage.
Well, that's just not fair.
That's
I'm
where
gonna
we're
use
gonna end
center
the
shape and
session.
make me a chair, or make a couple chairs
Well,
in the wall.
We'll find out next session what happens. That next session probably isn't going to be for like a month now because of scheduling.
Scheduling.
Yes.
Yeah. So to clarify, yes, she is fighting naked.
There we go. That's what belongs there.
Oh boy.
Das, did they notice anything when I've done this?
Your breasts, I'm guessing.
You need to remind me. Again,
I think they'd have to roll perception checks, but I'll just whisper you what
you
it is.
message me first, and then I'll say it because I
Ooh.
don't genuinely remember.
Ooh, well, we'll find out what that is next time.
Next time.
Next time!
Next time! We'll see you then.
Do this beforehand, and then you can speculate.
Bye bye.